Owlus. The kid says demons have invaded the border. Owlus! It's been far too long. We got a new Leonin in the squad. He reminds me of you. Hey, Owlus. That kid's grown a lot stronger. Owlus. The kid says demons have invaded the border. Owlus! It's been far too long. We got a new Leonin in the squad. He reminds me of you. Hey, Owlus. That kid's grown a lot stronger. No one looks down on him now.
Hey, kid! Kid! Go on. Hello, guys. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream for today. Of course, we do have the winners bracket here, presented by Real Time Productions, handling the stream behind the scenes. And yeah, back to the draft will be, but still, guys, we're gonna have to talk about the draft instead this time around. And then we see the Xbox ban. That's just gonna add another ban there over for the Xbox if you think about it, because we did see the banned list. We saw MJ posted the highest, one of the highest bans is Xbox, and it's still Xbox. And now we see a clue ban, which was also on the tally for the heroes with the highest ban rate. And of course, we see Sapphire now going to go for a ban here. Okay, what's he gonna go for? Sapphire, yeah, goes for the Uranus. Ironic though, the Uranus is actually the thumbnail of the stream. And then we see Sapphire ban the Uranus and say, no, you won't get that here. You don't get that here. But then I give up. He's the first person to go for a pick. Who is he going to go for? The question remains. There are a lot of options, though. There's a high-lows available if you want to go for a tank. You could also see, yeah, I was about to say, took the words right out of my mouth, man. That is a pick that everyone has been trying so hard to secure. And of course, will be secured really quickly by Death Trap. The Sicilian is a great pick. The Sicilian has advantages, you know, especially in the late games where you can really stack up with the overflowing passive that he has. And now we see OFF, Order of Fate, make that decision here. Wow, that's a first Franco and Beldenava. How did DT not ban Son? How? I gotta check the comments for this one because how Veldenava was such a menace with his son, and I thought I'd see a son ban, but now we see them give the son over to Veldenava, and the man actually got that pick. And now we see Billions, of course, on the Franco, which is a first-time pick for the Rising Stars. If you think about it, we haven't seen a Franco pick called Swire. Also, I don't think that's the first time because I've seen a Sora pick before. And Shadow going for the Green Jar. It's gotta be careful though. You know, one thing about having a Franco on the enemy team is that the Franco is definitely gonna be going for the marksman and other things involved. But now we see 02 go for the Sun Shin. Wow, that's okay. It's not really a bad pick. I am seeing the comments here. I am seeing someone says Yantrix, or the comment says OFF na appetizer. My goodness. Yeah, MJ is even saying it. Why leave Son open against off? Why? I'm also curious as well because you know Son is such a nasty pick in the hands of Veldenava, but hey, let's watch DT cook. We've seen them play, we've seen them dominate, so let's see them do their thing. So guys, just relax. Then they might know what they're doing, hopefully, fingers crossed. But then we see the lockdown on the Jusin. That's understandable. The Jusin is actually very problematic pick if you think about it. No one wants to have the Jusin on the opponent team. The consistent airborne CC and Milton, they did not burn out the gold. My goodness, they gave the gold to Milton. It looks like DT just wants to, you know, let off get their comfort pick. At the pick here, we see I give up, go for the Minotaur, and we also see Yellow go for the, is that a Terizla? Does he want to go for the Terizla? And I don't think I still sticks with the comfort pick there on the Julian, and Akai could be because the Minotaur can defeat the idea. Juku maybe actually says vouching for dead traps. Wow. Okay. All right. Let's see how this goes. Execution is everything. Let's see how this goes. And I'm also seeing some other comments here where someone says stream no, I said your net. Yeah, it's definitely your net there. Okay, someone says vouching for death trap. That's maybe I've engaged that. And I can see King Sasuke saying make Sora no just see set up without Mino. Okay, now the thing about the Sora is that the torrent cannot actually control the Minotaur if the Minotaur is, you know, using the Minoan Fury and all that. So let's just, execution is everything. Okay, we always say that, we've been saying that, we're still saying that. But with that being said, guys, let us start the game. Of course, it's 5v5. It's the round one, the first match of tonight. It's Ordeal of Fate versus Death Trap. Let's get straight into it. No time wasted, of course. Now we get to see rotations and just the early game farm, you know, farm. Nothing special in the early games, just the usuals. And yeah, it's a YSS gold lane, which is the first of its kind since the entire Rising Star side. We haven't actually seen a YSS a gold lane since the entire game. Oh, look at the top lane though. Looks like a little skirmish there. Sapphire really pushing things against Yellow here. Revenge Strike does some damage, but then Yellow is low. Sapphire wants to push with the Wind Strike there, of course, with the Sundry Sky. Sapphire! First blood drawn, and of course, looking good on the EXP lane. That's a great start for Death Trap. And, well, Order of Fates definitely don't want that to keep happening, because if they keep up like this, this is not looking good for them. This early games advantage, this little fights that happen tend to be the Iron Hook pulls him back into the turret on his Sanguine Claws, and the Mystic Projectile stones him up. Now I give up is already low. The man is gonna have to go back. The man definitely has to go back, man. You gotta go back. But then Gold Lane, Veldenava is up to something. And Shadow X already knows. Ghostbusters in a flicker out. Yellow is in a bad spot. And the gank is already cooking off. They're looking for a way to take this man down. and the man wants to just recall. But yeah, the man is able to recall. It looks like DT wants to prioritize this turtle over a single EXP because 010 is already there. Now walks into that one. Sanguine Cross catch him caught in a billions, forced to flicker out, but then don't let him. I don't tire on the Julian. Puts him down, and the total available, and they don't have a Roma now for the zoning out, but they still have a Teresa though, so Teresa can provide a decent zoning out even if the Franco is not there. But the total already started, already half HP, and we see the Sora just aggressively keeping them away from that total and giving the jungler a chance for the pull back with the Iron Hook, and the Julian and dispensed up with a flicker defensively, but then I don't tire in the midst of it all. That's going to be a defensive such as Kite Combo. Meanwhile, Sapphire pushing the limit with the Heaven's Wrath on the ESP lane and a back spot yellow. Executioner strike defensively. He wants to take a Sapphire and he does. Put one down, almost gets a double, but I give up. Motivation roar, and now a penalty zone dives in and puts yellow down. Kenji is there to defend his Roma, and top lane is going to be OT Billions. It's a 1v3. It does not survive that. Kenji gets a double. Early dominance for Death Drop. This is what we came to see, and Shadow pushes 0-2. The side lanes are suffering, and what is the Roma doing at the point in time? This is where they need him more than ever. But seriously, man, this is absolute peak dominance, early game dominance, early game scaling, and early game. Honestly, everything you can think of right now is going right for DT. They have started out well, and hopefully they can maintain this. It's 2k gold lead-ish, and also we get to just take this as well, and just make sure that, okay, we try our best, keep off away from those objectives, and try to pick off their side laners. We don't have to go for the mid lane. We know that the Sicilian can be quite slippery, but then, okay, shifting skies to the thunder from again. That's Heaven's Wrath, the true art, and yellow flickers away with 1% HP. Man, that was close. That was super close for the man. It's a Thanos move now. Shadow flows to flicker away with the Rondo combined, and the gold lane is where everything is committed to. The entire number of them, and now 4v4 is going to be on the gold lane. His side lane, that's okay. Bad spot there. Forced to use the Purified. Milton gets away from that, and now Mystic Projectile comes in Billions. The man is looking for who he's going to use the Bloody Horns on. He wants to go for Kenji. He knows he wants to, but on the other side, we see a dive in from the Julian. What the heck? I give on force, and now more will come through. All was forced to pull back 0-2, and Billions surviving with just little HP, and the total spawns. DT have no mercy. Early game dominance and early game aggression. They've got it in check. The side lanes and everything. The objective is in check. Gold is in check. Macros in check. DT did not come to play. And now we see a rotations onto the turtle area now. The turtle will spawn, and of course taken already in less than 2 minutes by DT. The discipline on this Julian when it comes to retribution and when it comes to objective prioritization has to be talked about and commended, really. But then mid lane is gonna be, we see the Milton there. The man is 1-0. Okay, it looks like we do have a guest, someone very interested with us here. Is that you, Carl? Yeah. Oh my goodness. It says, yeah, all right then. Yeah, production is gonna bring him in soon, guys. That was just a little cameo from him. And then look at the gold lane though. Can we shift over to the gold lane? Shadow is in a bad spot. It's a 3v1. Make that a 4v1 because Milton is already there. And now Shadow, that's a dive in. They want to prioritize that. See, this is exactly what you want to do, guys. When you see that the laner, the side laner, is already pushing you away and doesn't want to get killed, prioritize his threat instead. But look at the back dive. Look at that poison strategy. Minor Fury to knock 2 over the space to open. Julian prioritizes that, gets a double of his own. And now the support comes through. Billions again. Forced to go back. Iron Hook connect to the Bloody Horns. Inside the turret with the follow up there. But somehow, I give up survives. And what the heck is that play? Shadow is surviving against multitude of the close and is able to deliver up on Beldenava. Doesn't know when to quit. Beldenava gets stopped by Aaron Tire, and now last next to the chopping block, Billions falls to the Sanguine Claws in the back piece, part impact as well. The turrets are there for the taking, and finally they are tier 1 on the top. The side trap gets reward for their efforts finally when it comes to that push, but still things are looking good. Order of Fate, I've also nearly gotten one down bottom. The mistake because comes up from Milton there. Minor Fury again, yellow falls first. And the dive with a traceless, that might not be a wise move. I don't think I get shut down. Shadow makes him pay. And the Yusun Shin, well, we thought it would be a good gold laner, but then he is trying his best though. Toxel's already spawned, and this is just fire and after fire, and the match is just absolutely cinema. We know that this is the main event, but then we did not expect this much of aggression in such early games. And we just entered the mid games. We're early into the mid games. Oh, is that a flicker? That's an early flicker from Billions. My goodness. You can tell that the man has already seen the level of damage coming out from the boys of DT, and he doesn't want to even play it, any risky around them. But then we see a movement with the Traces as well. 0-2, bad spot, 0-2. Traces defensively. And the man actually got away without the flicker. That's the thing about the Sunshine. You do have, your S1, your Traceless to get away, but it looks like the top lane is just a Sapphire and Yellow just doing their little skirmish up top like they normally would. But still, things are looking really, really good for them right now. Milton, bad spot. Milton, I give up. Chasing him down. They don't overextend, though. I give up. You're not invincible. You might have survived that last one, but you may not be able to survive another one if you get caught in the midst of 4. And top lane, Sapphire is already pushing, but then Yellow is already there to stop him. Mid lane as well. And now this top lane, is that Sapphire being chased? I doubt Sapphire is being chased. I don't think that's what's happening right now. Top lane, bottom lane as well. Then now we see Yellow. Okay, executional strike. He's just trying to clear the waves. That's the thing about this kind of games. When you're not exactly moving, okay, Sapphire, maybe a turret form, maybe shifting his guys into turret form. The man will go in. There's a slightly form instead. Damage will be prioritized. And now Sapphire comes out with the true art, but the damage has already been dealt, and Yellow is already down. I feel like turret form would have been better there because of the amount of cluster of enemies, but still. Beldanava, mid lane, the man is trying to push the waves here, just trying to make sure he gets it in. No way forward. Meanwhile, on the other end, it's the clone techniques already committed, and they don't want to let him go. Beldanava is able to survive though and get away. Mid lanes will prioritize. They're pulled back for the Sangan Claws. Billions. Oh no, they don't do that to him. They don't do that to him. But the Napa though is trying to be that son that just keeps pushing, That's one thing about games like this. At some point, you do realize that, okay, I am a son, and everything is not team fight. Sometimes you have to split push. Now we see Veldanava over there at the top lane, just trying to split push. Sapphire is there though, so he's got to be very careful. Okay, we're straight into the wrong direction, but still Veldanava is get away. That's the thing about the sun. Very tricky. I love the fact that they are keeping Sapphire on the watch, preventing the sun from making any funny moves while that Lord is being taken, which has been taken already. And then the mid lane, we see Billions there. Despite Stomp, a bit too aggressive, but still, just hold back, wait for the siege, do your macros. Veldanava stealing the buff. My goodness, the man is just stealing the buff at this point. Farm, split push, maybe steal turrets if possible, and that's what the some priorities right now. Team fights, not so much, but the defense will come through, and Veldanava seems to want to intercept this Lord at the center directly, and that's what he does. He intercepts the Lord, but Sapphire will come to meet him soon, and the entire team, Veldanava, is able to get away though. That's the endless variety defensively, and now stopping that Lord at the center. Veldanava wants to prioritize the creep and the farm, but they really need him at the top lane. They need him there. But then look at this siege now. The first Lord is the most squishy Lord right now. Can they still somehow make something of it? Maybe an inhibitor, or maybe take something down for now. Veldanava is already taking the orange buff, and the man is just being ignored by everyone. But that's one thing you don't want to do if you're dead trap. You don't want to ignore that son. Ignoring a son can be detrimental. Now Yellow is very low. Billions is there to body block for him, and that works. The man is able to recall and get back into the base safety. Now I don't tire chasing Veldanava down. I like the fact that they are keeping that man on watch. If Sapphire is not on watch for the son, I don't tire of being on watch for the son. But if No Fury comes out to play, no counter, say, oh, the flicker is not even enough anymore for Billions, as the man will not survive that one. Milton, Mr. Gosh comes out now. Veldanava is able to get away and play it safe this time around, and things are looking really, really good for the boys of Death Trap. They have the gold lead, 10k gold lead. The dominance is there. They've taken out all the outer turret, the tier 1 and the tier 2. If there's anything all the Lord Fate wants to do, it's got to start in the macros. It's got to start with the objective. It's got to start with the coordination. It's got to start with those plays, those outplays, those team fights, how they go. And maybe a split push, maybe a turret steal from Veldanava, maybe something better, maybe another strategic play. But then top lane, mid lane is going to be the top inhibitor. Production, please. If we could move the camera over to the top of the map. And that's where we need to be, because that's where rotations will matter for these teams. The minions are coming out of there, and they're trying their best to keep them up there and keep them from getting to the center of the map before this load spawns, because that's going to give them advantage so that the boys of off will be stopped clearing, and then DT will have enough time. Oh, Iron Hook trying to try his luck there. The man is not trying to get someone, and even if he has, though, the teammate went exactly close by to follow up on that. 20 seconds until this load spawns, and I gotta ask the question, Order of Fate, what is the plan? Veldanava already split pushing that bottom lane, and I gave up already there to make sure the man didn't take down that tier 1, which they've been barely holding on to on the gold lane for 5 seconds until the slot spawn. It's gotta be now. It's gotta be the Lord, prioritized by I Don't Tire. That's the jungler discipline on this man, just making sure objective are what matters over anything. Sapphire doing the zoning out, but we see Billions now getting closer to that Lord. Lord already have HP off. If you're gonna contest now. The Lord is almost at the retreat state. Coming now. Veldanava is nowhere there, and the man gives over the Lord to Death Trap and give them over that advantage and that second siege. My goodness. Well, now they gotta defend. I want to see how this goes. It's 11k gold lead. The gold lead just keeps skyrocketing. I give up as a despair stomp in the wrong direction, but still Billions might be looking for a chance with the Iron Hook here. Meanwhile, down bottom, Veldanava is already taking down the tier 1 of the gold lane, and we see this pre-pushing that we said not to ignore from Sun, because the Sun can be problematic. Now they've staged Kenji. I like the fact that Death Drop are rotating their players on who's going to monitor the Sun and who's going to clean up after the Sun, and making sure that they don't ignore the Sun for too long. That is how you play it, guys. Don't underestimate the Sun. Don't give him too little attention. That can be detrimental. Now we see Veldanava trying to cut off again, and he gets away. They don't want to chase him too much. They know it's a distraction. They just want to go to the mid lane and go for that center. The Lord is already being distracted, and now we say I give up now. Dive into the fray. His tutor's there. It's already half HP. Penalties locks him down. I give up. He's able to survive though and get away. Now I don't tire. Dives in as well with the true art. Shadow finds Yellow, melt him down. The Capriccio already have enough stuff right now. Mystic Crush might give up Milton, but I give up somehow, survives, and I don't tire as well. Survives that magic damage burst from Milton. My goodness, these guys of Death Drop are on something. And then the center inhibitor almost taken down. The minions are there. They want to take it down. They want to melt it down, but the Iron Hook connects now. Pulls like give up backward. And Veldanava wants to defend as much as he can, but then the base is wide open right now. The inhibitors are almost down. The clears right now from DT's on point. See how bad bought by Veldanava. That's to the turret. Don't get too overconfident. This game, you cannot ignore Veldanava. The man is such a problem. And now he goes for a buff steal again. My goodness. Veldanava the man is just relentless with these buff steals. And just making sure that he steals the farm of I Don't Tire. He says, okay, look, I know you guys may have the wave lead, the gold lead, the Q lead is 17-3 right now, but I don't, I'll just do my thing. I'll just be that distraction that you are trying your best to ignore, but you can't actually ignore. Now we say dive in. I don't get stung with the Mystic Crush again. No, a bad spot and get shut down. What the heck was that, Milton? 2-3-1, another kill for the god. And the mid lane now, we see them. Shadow might run into Veldanava. Veldanava wanted to go for that, but baiting out the flicker from Shadow. That was a wise decision from Shadow. You don't want to engage a son in the late game as a marksman. He's gonna bust you down. And now 15 seconds until the Lord make that 14 until they make sure they get on that stage in their favor. We see the boys of DT already stationing their men around, and Veldanava just going down bottom and making sure he clears those waves and get that farm. A little macros in check for the boys of Order of Fate. But the Lord has spawned now. If there's anything Order of Fate gonna do, they've got to do it here and now in this Lord contest. And as spam recall for the rep to pause the game, and there the pauses. Oh, damn. You may say, guys. the game, but well, my goodness, that was so close. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, thank you very much for that production. I appreciate it. Okay, yeah, that was actually impressive, honestly. That was impressive from DT. I have not seen a game like that. I needed to, take some water and all that. Anyways, so yeah, by the way, if you don't ban his son, like I was saying, you have to make sure you watch out for him. Did you guys notice how Death Trap was actually staging players and they were taking like a rotating roster and making sure that, okay, hey, you watch out for the sun, you go down bottom, it's your turn now, and all that. And we saw that them doing that, them rotating and making sure, okay, look, this doesn't get out of hand. And it was a good thing they did that because Veldanava is more than ready to actually take that base if they don't make any mistake. Now look at the stats here: 11.2 MVP to I give up, and also on the other end, Veldanava having the highest rating, of course, 5.8. Definitely, this is gonna consider banning this son this time around, man. That is something indeed. Okay, we're gonna wait for the game 2, and guys, we'll take a very short break. Okay, actually, no. We're not going to take a very short break. Actually, we're going to just wait for them to set the whole game too, and the ref do the whole coordination thingy. Yeah. So we don't want to skip it yet. So we'll take a short break and then we'll come back, guys. We'll be back soon with game 2.
May the stars guide you to victory. I hope I didn't forget something important during today's patrol. May the stars guide you to victory.
Bellator will finish off what was left undone.
I've been waiting for too long.
Game 2, of course. This time around, I am not the only one here. This game is such an amazing game not to have someone here with me. Of course, the man in person, he did have a cameo in game 1. Hello, Carl. How are you doing this evening?
Hello, Risky. I'm glad. I'm happy to be here. I kind of saw you saw the costume. I'm like, nah, I have to save the boy Black because he's like, he was drinking. The boy was to drink water, guys. Give him some slack, guys. But yeah, I mean, amazing game 1, and just walk me through what happened in game 1 while we're going to the picks and bans here, Black.
Yeah, we saw DT actually give off their comfort picks. We saw the Sun. They gave them the Sun. They gave them the God. And then Off definitely struggled in the early games. Then we saw the Sun start to make some plays that in those rank matches where you don't want to ignore the Sun because of that potential backdoor, potential split push and turret stealing. That then we saw DT say, okay, you know what? We're going to stage each of our players to watch out for this guy until they ended the game.
Yeah, I mean, I know how problematic Son can be. He's like a thorn in everybody's bones. That's why he gets a lot of bans. It's not because Son is like a very good team fight hero and you're scared of him for CC or anything. It's just because while you're busy team fighting, there's a hero somewhere in the map trying to push your base, and it makes no freaking sense. Why he's not out here helping his team? But yeah, I think Son is like a very important ban. I'm really surprised that I haven't seen a Son ban on the bans yet. So what do you think of that, Black?
Yeah, I think they're just still making the same statement. Come with your comfort picks. We don't really, we've seen you play before. We still want the game anyway. So yeah, feel free to go with the comfort pick again. At this point, they're even just giving them the picks because now we do have one of the most banned hero in the entire tournament, the X-Borg here. So at this point, it's we're not scared. They're clearly showing they're not scared.
Yeah, I'm saying Borg escape a ban. Somebody called that out on chat, and that's kind of a very weird thing to go and see. An X-Borg allowed. He's a major problem. That guy doesn't die. He's got 4 different levels of life when he has the immortality. So it's going to be a major problem if they can't fix that. But yeah, well, good luck to them. And guys, you know what just happened? I'm going to give you a very quick rundown of what happened. So I was doing schoolwork earlier today. I went to bed. I put up my left earphone. I kept it on the bed, and for the past 1 hour plus, I've been looking for my left earphones. Now, guess what? It was in my ear, bruh. Like it was in my ear. The final, I scattered my bed. I went to the parlor. I went to the kitchen, the bathroom. I was like, what did I give my earpods, bro? And I just touched my left ear now, and I feel something in my ear, and it's my fucking earpods. Forgive the F word. Wow.
Yeah, the production, please censor that part out. Thank you very much.
Censor. Wow.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we see an Alice ban, and we still don't see a Son. Wow. Okay, I like the fact that DT are very. You can see that fact that they actually took down 2 major marksmen that have lots of damage, like the carry and the clink. So DT definitely showing some concerns there. And now we see just pretty much a repetition of picks here in terms of Adontai. Wait for the Julian again. And then we see Veldanava. Is he going to pick the Sun, or is 02 going to go for something else at this time? But still, hey, let's just see.
Yeah, I mean, Jalen pick is like very annoying. I can attest that City pick as well. I think whenever I've seen Ether a lot of times, I've always seen an opportunity for a counter and Amon pick. Okay, I think I like OFF's pick here. A lot of heroes we see normally get banned. I'm seeing them come to life here. And Amon, the X-Borg as well come to life. Very, very vital heroes to go up against. The Gato catcher is going to be a major problem as well in team fight. So, well, Leon wants to go for the jungle. I think this would be a good pick. But sorry, the EX rather. But in my opinion, Black, you might correct me here, but I don't think Leonwood EXP is this, should I say, as vital to a team as a Leonwood jungle.
Definitely, I agree with you there, man. Honestly, Man, I feel like they should have given the jungling thingy over to Leomod. I feel like Leomod shines more in the jungle than Julian. I know Julian, I mean, early game potential because of the level 3 thingy. I know Julian has a higher potential when it comes to those early game ganks. But then Leomod is, he shines more in the jungle than this. But hey, let's see how they execute it because that's what matters in the end of the day.
Yeah, that's what matters. And well, we're gonna kickstart things off. And if you're, I mean, this remind me, Black. Who won the first game? It was DT, yes.
Yes.
Okay. So if you're OFF, I think a lot of people thought they were going to be able to win the game because of that Sun pick, and it didn't really happen for them. So I mean, it's game 2, best of 3, first to get 2 match wins the whole thing. So if you're OFF now, you have to go and find a way to tie things up, and this is your last chance. If you can't tie things up here, it's going to be 2-0, and you're going to be falling down to that lower bracket. So I mean, DT are in a very comfortable spot. They've got a really good setup. Low-key, I would say OFF have the better picks right now. And I've seen somebody saying Julian is going, Amon can't beat Julian. I think you really haven't met a very troublesome Amon yet. But Black, the game starts, lead us, man.
Yep, it starts at yeah, I do agree though. Amon can be pretty slippery. Don't underestimate that, honestly, because the Julian can be slippery, but Amon is like the king of slippery, especially with the invisible armor. And now we get to see them just do their early game farm. Just what you normally do in the early game. Farm.
Yeah, just take your buffs. Nobody's poking anybody just yet. Except that EXP though, it's always gonna be a little dance there. It's the lane of bros. We're just like I poke you, you poke me. Nobody can die. We'll both tank you the early game and all that. The marksman just taking the minions. Irritated now a little bit troublesome towards Obsidian. And Obsidian just playing that saver. I've got no idea why Gato is doing that overextending, and they are going to use that over creep anyways. Amon still farming, taking his time to take those creeps step by step. And so far, the 1 million mark hits, and not a lot of action. But look at that EXP lane, Xbox. Oh yeah, if you're Leomod, you are receiving a lot of damage right now, man.
Yeah, this is exactly why I would prefer the Leomod jungle than the Leomod EXP. He kind of has to wait for that level 4 before he can really do anything major, deal any major damage indeed. But then still, hey, he's playing it safe and still seems to be holding out. That's exactly what an expert is going to do to you if you're a Leomod on the laning phase. Before you get to level 4, he's going to keep poking you with the fire missiles and the fire sticks. And until support comes in, which in this case is going to be Idontire because he's close there and closer to him than any other teammates. Now we see him engage the Gato, and the support is here with speed as they go in again, and first blood drawn. The Julian gets it. Of course, the early game advantage as the Turtle Sports.
Yeah, that's a little problem there. If I was to get Gato, I'd be shouting, "Where are you, Xbox? What are you? Come help me!" But I mean, to be fair, Gato took that fight a little bit too early, and that wasn't really the best call to make. But of course, Turtle now spawns in. Big shout out to production. That was a nasty double POV there. Thank you so much for that. And I'm going to over the Turtle. Camilla's there. Amon guys in. I don't know what exactly the plan is here. But if you're Camilla, I think you're a little bit too low to be taking any rough bush fights. Turtle spawned in and nobody's over committing to a Turtle yet. Xbox has lost the first phase and now Getter goes in. Julian comes in. It's going to be a full-on damage zone. Fast with the ultimate. Amon able to claim that kill. Turtle gets taken by Julian. Chanti goes as well. And Julian escapes that on belly. But it's a 1-for-1 trade here, man.
Yeah, 1-for-1 trade there. Barely escaping that. That's the thing about Julian. He's quite slippery. Like the Amon as well. I don't know why you don't get to say Gushon picks in these games, man. The Gushon would have been pretty good in this comp, especially against this Change, because the Change is pretty fast. And now she's in a Purify. I'm pretty sure that Purify is for the Camilla. But then we see an engage here. We see Fury, okay, but let's strike it. Kanji pulls down Beldanava. Still think it was better on the Sun because 0-1-1-0 actually. And then we see them rotate to that enemy jungle, the Camilla and the Julian, for the Grand Orange, the Grand Theft Orange.
Yeah, and anyone is going to arrive there to the party a little bit too late, maybe. Go to the red buff production, please. Camilla and Julian now on Amon, and it's a very bad spot to be in, but he's going to leave that turtle, the red buff rather, and I don't think he's happy with that because he's chasing. I don't think that's a very good call to go and do, and he's going to chase anyways, and Julian claims a free kill, and there's going to be a boss coming through in the middle of a team fight. That was amazing. I don't know what that was. I'm very I do not know what that was. I'm like, how? We're throwing hands at your boss in the game? I'm throwing hands here. Why would you do that, bro?
Oh my god. It kind of reminds me of this this Marcel situation, man, when you really want to go for a team fight and he just snaps everything in place, and then you're like, "Where I was doing something here," you know? My goodness, that was funny, man. Big shout out, of course, to the ref Shinji for pausing the game in time when the recalls came in, because that's usually how this works. And but then, man, let us talk about the picks here, right? We are seeing a Leomond EXP, and with the way we've been seeing things, Sapphire isn't exactly struggling. He has a 1-0-0, and the thing is, the Xborg is supposed to be the issue here, but then 0-1-0, no a great start. We would think that the Xborg will be problematic, but let's still give him a chance, and let's see if along the lines he gets to become the problem, that the reason why they locked him first.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're going to find out though. I think that no matter how slow the Xbox starts off and farming, towards the mid game is always going to be a potential problem. Once he gets the immortality, once to get a little bit of defense and a little bit of damage as well, that is when the Xbox starts to become a major problem. So if you're DT, I don't think you want to get too comfortable around the Xbox. You want to make sure you're not letting him farm. You're starting to put him down. I can already see Leon would get a slight level above him. I've got no idea how that happened, because he's been zoning Leon out the whole time on the EXP lane, but I think that one death triggered a lot of farming, and Leon was able to get that one level above. So, well, let's see what happens. And now, A1 did just lose a buff there. He was angry. The one thing about a lot of junglers in the game is you need to learn to decide if the buff is more important, or if you getting enough time to farm is more important. Because there he got a little bit too emotional. Had to chase Camila and Julian, mind you, and it wasn't really a good call. He got punished, and that's a double kill, by the way. The majors were full, so not really a good spot to be in. Oh, City about to go down a small. Come on, Black.
Production, thank you very much for switching the cams. We appreciate you. And of course, we did miss one. Oh, what? That was an AOG in the wrong direction. Oh, not a wrong direction, actually. Sapphire was able to get away just in time. And then we see the gold lane. That's where the boys of off, just stage 3 members there, just hacking away at that tier 1. And then the Obsidian comes into the defense 0-2. But I want to see how he's going to play this. Production, please go over to the gold lane. Thank you very much. And now we see them just making sure that tier 1 goes down before they clear the area. And then there are 4 members there. And yeah, they will go back, man.
That a recall. They have gotten the ultimate prize. Take the turn. That Amon might get a free kill. Ultimate was a little bit too early there, but I mean, double damage came through, able to confirm the kill finally. And well, the life count right now, the kill count rather, it's not really looking good for the side of OFF. Because you can look at that 6-2, the goal difference as well. It's already in favor of the boys of Death Trap, and now Eamon able to get that still for the Trottle, and now they're going to go in for a full team fight. Aethel all the way here on the top lane and the mid lane. Faster goes in for an ultimate, and Faster claims that kill. Gato gets put down. They might have lost Trottle, but they want a team fight there, so it's going to be a 1 for Neo Trade.
Yeah. I mean, fair. I mean, now we get to see the gold lane though. The bad spot 0-2. Production, if you might, the gold lane. That's where we need to be right now. With the 1v2 somehow. He's trying to use the hunter bow. Fellow Shadow Melt defensively. I give up chasing him down with a blood path, but no, you can't. No, you can't. Heavy crossbow. Shadow. Put him down. The Arethyl is faster, and that's what he just showed us now. But now, Golden Alpha might be looking for one that shows Charge trying to chase him down. Maybe, but then Go Crap, he will prioritize, and that's the spam recall again. We might get to see a pause soon, man. Yeah, that's the pause. Really struggle there, and man, this is just them absolutely making sure that Leomont somehow doesn't work for the boys of Ordeal of Fates. But still, if you think about it, the Leomont isn't actually struggling though, because we saw him dodge the AOG. We saw him have more level than the Xborg, which we thought would actually be performing by now, because this is the mid games, and still nothing. 0-1-1.
Yeah. You know what I'm doing right now on the Discord? I said the continue button, and I'm trying to press the button if it's going to work. God, I'm big. Now we're waiting for the game to get started, though. It's 25 more seconds on the clock. Actually, no, it's a 30-minute pause, so we have about a minute plus to go. And, well, again, I don't know. I think on the comment section, I'm going to read what who said that. I think it was I can't see the chat anymore. There's been way too many chats to come in, but they talk about Julian not really having an issue with the late game expo because he does have the advanced S2 where he can just go invincible. And Leopold as well, when he has that ultimate, he has a lot more defense. So I think they could actually evade Xbox. But well, it's all going to come down to how Xbox plays as they now restart the game. If you're Xbox, I think a lot of the focus now towards that late game is going to be on you. So you have got to farm really well. You've got to start making something work out of the blue. And we're all looking forward. I mean, Faster has been a major problem in this game so far. A lot of CC, a lot of AoE damage as well. And if you're chatting Jay, well, we know you to be a late game mage. So can you now start to get that fire up, hopefully, for your side? But again, action resumes. And if you're Death Trap, you're in a very comfortable spot.
In a very comfortable spot indeed. Now the Phantom Stick comes out. We see Leon would go toe to toe with the Xbox here, but then it's 1v3 now. Last Insanity popped out again. The Vengeance and a dive in. Somehow melts and steals that kill from Yellow. My goodness, and the tier 1 falls on the EX play.
Yeah, now I think the problem now for Death Trap is they have a lot of focus towards that gold lane, and they're not remembering to actually go and help Leon with the farm. So that might be a problem towards the late game. You're not letting Leon with farm. He's a vital member of your team in teamfight. So I mean, that might be a very, very bad thing to go and do. Now, Total spawns in. It's going to be we can see these big shots production for that one. And if you're Death Trap right now, there's nobody coming to Total, but I do know they have a lot of bots, so it doesn't really matter. Camilla goes in, but Amon able to claim that right on time before they can even make it move. Now, Fast with the ultimate gets that popped out, and it's going to be all damage all through. Xbox now might claim a free kill. Yes, he does. Obsidian goes in, and Irithal is there, but a lot of damage still. Leon with ultimate not really popped out, but Obsidian claims that kill. The chase is on. She's also going to fall.
She's also going to fall indeed. The fight still lives on. It's Velnava, but still, Velnava wins it out against the Leomord, puts him down, endless shots, and now he steals the orange buff and pays I Don't Tire back in his own coin for what they did to him in his own jungle that time, Carl.
Yeah, do it to me, not do it to you when I do get the chance. I mean, you saw the Xbox, the Amon and Leon would fight there. I think that was a pretty good move for Xbox in a very bad spot here. I mean, if you don't have the immortality clause, why would you be taking that turret alone? Very bad call, but they are going to go in for a 3v2. Is it going to work? I'm seeing the guys in turret dive. Might be a good call. Yes, it is a good call. She's going to claim out that kill. Camilla now with a 1v3, and she might have to let that turret fall, but I don't think there's going to be enough minions to go and do that right now. Faster now for the reinforcement.
I mean, the damage on 0-2, man. The damage is just something else on this Obsidian. That's exactly what we talk about, when it comes to the scaling of these teams. I mean, she did not start well, that's for sure. But then it's the attack speed bonus is starting to scale for the Hunter of Bone and the return to Bone passive. Now we get to see him make the most of it. I'm also looking forward to the Xbox as well when the Xbox start to come alive. But still, now I give up, goes in. That's a cost of blood, but only onto one. Purified, not start away. And now I keep up chasing him down, Shadow. And because we committed, now the Hunter of Bone connects onto the Camilla. But that will make 0-2 pay the price. And no more casualties. AOG, wrong direction. That's a total unbreakable to make up for it. And that last is to follow up there from Yellow. Takes down the Camilla. Lord spawns, but they're not done. Yellow will for KG. It's 2 for 2 and an equal trade.
Yeah, I'm still trying to understand exactly why Xbox does not have the mortality and the 9-minute mark. I don't know if that's a thing. I mean, Xbox, 9 minutes, no immortality. Are you Black Hunter? Come on, you can't do better than that, bro. I mean, it's really, really surprising, and I don't know why. But this might be a throw. Now it's 12 and 12. At some point in the game, it was 2 and 6, 1 and 6, and now it's 12 and 12. Amon with that Lord claim, Leon with the ultimate, a little bit too late. The Xbox with a damage, and Julian's going to put him down first. And now team fight comes through. Leon gets put down. Amon claims a kill. It's a 3v3, maybe a 4v3. Xbox might get the double kills there. Julian in a very bad spot. Yes, he claims that kill. Chase might be on. Camilla's on him. Flicker away. And Amon with the chase might be able to claim a double kill if he gets timing correctly, but he's not going to commit to that one. But okay, that was. Look at the current gold and kill count here, Black. Look at it.
Yeah, 3k gold lead for the boys of Order of Fate, and of course only 1 kill lead here. And look at the builds, man. Ice Queen Wand, and war arcs being prioritized by the Xbox, no immortality seen, not even in the build. Is that yes, that's an anti-grass build path, man. But AOG comes into play, and so far, yeah, this Gatsu just win. I think AOG success rate is like what, 20%?
I mean, it might be like 2%. I mean, why they add 0, bro? He does have 0. I've not seen him land a single AOG yet. I don't know what Gato has been on the whole evening, but I mean, they do have the lead. They are winning greatly, so that's what matters most. But if you're dead trapped, though, I'm yet to understand what exactly happened. They started the game so well. The composure was top notch. They had the team fights are working in their favor. But again, the one problem they did have was they were focusing on just that one lane, on the goat lane. They forgot EXP. They forgot the mid lane as well. And now they're getting punished because you can't put all your eggs in one basket. It's eventually going to come back to haunt you. And although of faith, they've not maximized the potential to maybe be able to close things off and get people here.
Yeah, maybe in their favor indeed. And, we just see Shadow just poking out the first. Oh, Hunter Bone comes out to play now. That's where the one moving around there, take the better mobility, and the OG still doesn't connect there. Sapphire, wound of 4, he's already low though. It's a miss to take a hit there, but they return to phone. 0-2 fights the KO. Shadow finds one for himself as well, and now Unbreakable with the steel bones, dealing some damage, revitalized now. Back into the fray. Somehow Velden Alpha walks in and takes Shadow, and now the last two, I give a full forward to Velden Alpha again. It's a double for the Amon, and so far Order of Face wants to push for a third game as they will enter the base. The minions are there, and to clear Carl, can this be it? Can this be the game indeed? The turrets, inhibitors, top lane now down, man. Things are crumbling for their trap.
Oh, yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. I think lose my part of that a little bit. Win to Mlhub, but I'm back again. 18 and 14 in terms of kill count. Goat count now, it's over a 6,000 goat lead. My math might be a little bit funky there. I think it's 5,000 plus actually. And if you're that trap, well, again, what happened? Where did the follow start from? What can we learn from that Trap's follow-up right now? Because again, I don't know how it started. They looked so good. They looked like the game was going to be theirs. And now Obsidian's wasting no time to go and start the Lord fight here. And if you're that Trap, you're being zoned out by Gato. So you can't even make the move towards the Lord. His Gato is making sure to give them good vision now. And anyone claims a free Lord. And that Trap are starting to fall apart. And it's not even funny here. Look at Obsidian go. Look at Obsidian go.
The damage on this Obsidian right now, even through the vengeance, my goodness. Sapphire barely survives in the last insanity. Make sure he doesn't. Jesus. Ordeal of Fate. They came to war against Death Trap. You might have taken game 1, but game 2 is for us as we may go for a game 3. The base is already half HP. Building up for his death for the backlines, and the other shot doesn't take it down. The base is wide open, and Ordeal of Fate have taken game 2, and for the first time since the Rising Star started, we go for game 3.
Wow. So I go through that a lot of the time whenever he's playing with my team. He never comes to my lane, so it's totally fine. But ultimately, though, I mean, the story we should all be talking about is that OFF comeback. They started the game so poorly. We thought surely it would be a 2-0, and then, man, everybody picked up. I don't know how Gato got the MVP with a less than 10% AOG rate. I don't know what happened there, Black.
This classic Moon to racing system, guy, honestly, because how? I was even thinking they were going to give it to probably the Xbox or the Amon, because clearly the Amon has KDA there, 8 kills, 2 assists and all that. But then, well, Moon to logic, the Gato gets it because of the highest total KDA. So yeah, that's it, man. That's what we're looking at.
Yeah, that's what we're looking at. I'm sitting here. I mean, she did pick towards the late game there. We started to see this insane amount of damage come through, but it didn't really matter though. Uthal did get a good farm. The major problem was, that Lumen not being able to help them in team fights. Julian as well started the game really well. Mind you, Julian started the game so freaking well, and he fell off at 1 point. And I mean, once you fall off as a Julian, I don't think there's a lot of coming back to be done. That's one thing about Julian. He can be very conditional. He's a very vital hero in the early game, but if he falls off, there's a very high chance that he's not coming back. And ultimately the OFF are going to maximize that. They're going to claim the map 2 here and force the map 3, like he did say for the very first time in the Rising Stars event. So this is where we're going for a tiebreaker. We're going to finally find out who's going to qualify for that winner bracket finals. This is actually the winners bracket semi-finals, guys. Don't forget that.
Yep, winners bracket semi-finals indeed. And man, these guys have come so far. Personally, I gotta give it out to Dead Trap though. They actually did give Order of Fate a lot of leverage. Think about it, man. Not banning the Xbox, allowing the Sun in game 1. This is just so much leverage they gave to them, and perhaps overestimated themselves at some point, maybe, or underestimated how strong Order of Fate can make the most out of that leverage. So yeah, they're definitely gonna take down those bans. There's a reason why Xbox has the most bans. There's a reason why people keep Sun banned. So they need to consider that as well.
Yeah, you have to talk about the redemption arc for Xbox there. He started the game a little slow, but when he started picking up, nobody was safe, you know. You could see those ultimates coming through right on time. He shot down Lethal. He put down Leowood, I think, twice there. He was a major problem, and that's why Xbox has to go. Again, I did want to go ask him why Immortality was a 4th item. I think it's one of the most early items any Xbox I've seen buys. So me seeing it come late, but I mean, it works. It works. The important thing is it did work. So if it works, don't fix it. You know, if it's not broken, don't fix it. And ultimately, OFF are going to claim that one. And going to map 3 now, I think the heroes we want to go and see get banned. Maybe the Xbox, the Sun again. I mean, but the one thing I want to go and say is, how many heroes can you really ban? You know, how many heroes can you really ban?
I mean, true. But then you can actually try to get the ones that are most problematic out of the way first. And in this case, clearly, is the Xbox, because the Ice Queen one. I mean, the Ice Queen one fought by 2 heroes, 2 players. The Chang'e and the okay, you know, the Chang'e Ice Queen one. Well, if we think about it, it's not really as problematic as it would be with the Xbox Last Insanity. The consistent slow, man. That is something that is hard to get out of if you don't have a flicker. And well, we saw what happens when you face off against that. Sapphire has showed us what happens with his ratings.
Yeah, I'm seeing someone in chat say Gato's ult was acting as a decoy. Well, you guys will make up anything to defend people you love. I can see that. I can respect that. I can respect that full time. You know, Gato's ult in there was a masterclass. He knew what he was doing. It was planned. You know, missing the ults, you know, ulting the minions over the heroes is a planned act. I can see the Trump logic there, no doubt. Big shout out to Trump. But anyways, 2014 was the scoreline in terms of kills, yeah. And we're making our way to again to the, if you're DT, you know, you won the very first map. You've lost one now. The morale's are a little bit low. I just wonder what the comms are going to be like for Xbox or Leon right now. He's going to be throwing tantrums at everybody. Nobody came into my lane. What were you guys expecting? I got to choke, and there's going to be a lot of fights happening in that comms. But I mean, these are pro players. These are professional players. So I'm very sure they're going to settle things up very fast and find a way now to go towards that game 3 with everything they have in their arsenal and try to go retake their win and their lead rather, and make this their pathway to the winners bracket finals.
Definitely, honestly, because they have to. This is the upper bracket, and whoever loses here, you go down, and you're gonna have to walk your way through and to come back up here and meet them at the finals again. So technically, even if you do lose, but you don't want to have that mindset. You don't want to have that mindset. Still, make sure you get to that final straight up and stay there while you wait for the lower brackets to go through their things there. And okay, in that case, I think they're still trying to sort out things in the lobby right now. So we're gonna go for a short break. We're not gonna take so long, but we'll come back for the final match between these 2 teams. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back. Okay. Welcome to the final match, guys. For who's gonna remain here in the upper bracket finals and who's gonna go down there. But then, Cal, what's things out like at your end? Because I am excited, man.
I'm excited, you know. I might have missed game one, but what I saw in game two was more than exciting. It was a part tussle who actually wanted it a lot more. And turns out it was OFF. And, you know, can they do it now twice back to back? That would be a reverse sweep, you know. Can they get 2 back to back map wins and dot DT that the first map was a fluke? We let you have the first map, but now it's our turn and you are in our house. But, well, the first 2 bans come through. Carry ban, glue ban, Mino and Zetian, man.
Yeah, they're still not letting go of that carry. They're not even letting the carry off the bans, man. The carry has been on the bans even since game 1. So you can tell that there is some major phobia with the carry there. They don't want to even let it off the ban. They don't even want to give it that, you know, any chance that off is going to play, they don't want it. And now we see the star-crossed lovers on opposing teams, the Sicilian and the Camilla.
Even when all is forlorn.
Yep, we've seen the Camilla. We saw her last game. Was you know, in the early game she was very problematic, but towards the late game I think she got a little bit too quiet there, and that was a major problem. But that wasn't Hunter DT though. This time it's going to be OFF picking up the Camilla. So they are just flipping out characters like it's trade by barter. The Grandeur, the Vexana rather, the Sicilian. Okay, these are a lot of high damage CC. Burst late game damage. This is going to be very, very, very interesting to go and see play out.
Indeed, and look at the synergy of these heroes though. The Vexana and the Camilla, you know very well there's a lot of CC that's going to come out of these guys. And by the way, Milton is still sticking with his signature spell, the Purify. No matter what this man is on, whether a God, Zetian, a Vexana, he's gonna go Purify. And now we see Alice finally off the bans. Sapphire locks it down, and then Yellow locks down the Alpha. I think Carl's signature pick one time in the past.
Yeah, I used to be Nigeria's number 20 Alpha, I think. So it was my main hero that back then. I would play Jungle Alpha, EXP Alpha, Rome Alpha. I was Dark System. It was really. I literally became Alpha in real life. I'm not even joking. But yeah, Alpha being picked up for the EXP, I don't think that's again. We just saw Leomo, you know, do the exact same thing. A lot of these fighters right now are meta in the jungle, but when it goes to EXP, they're a little bit too quiet. But Alpha's one of those heroes that if he skills properly in the early game, he can be a problem. Even if he doesn't farm in the early game as well, he can still be a problem if he lets him. Because of that, a lot he has too much true damage, and that's something that if you're DT, you want to go and look out for. And Ixia as well. Imagine Ixia, Camilla, and Vexana's ult at the same time on one team. Jesus freaking Christ.
The control, man. Oh no! Why? Oh my goodness! No, the Ixia was like the perfect one, man. The Ixia
spoke too soon.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the Claude works, but then you know, with the Claude now you have to get closer, which as a marksman has disadvantages, right? Because now you have, you have the Xbox now on the side of DT. They've stolen that Xbox away, and then we have, whoa, is that a first time Angela? Is that a first time Angela? I don't want to speak too soon. Yeah, that's the first time Angela.
Yeah, we spoke too soon for the exam. We saw how that panned out. Hali! Oh yes! You didn't know how to see, brother. It's been such a wow. This is my new main. This is the guy I was using mage in jungle. And sometimes if I'm in maybe in roam, but never in roam. I'm just joking, guys. This is jungler. But yeah, Hali pick. In this scenario would be a major problem. There's okay, of course I jinxed it. You know what, Black? I'm gonna stop talking till they actually go and pick the heroes now.
Yeah, I think that's better because now you've jinxed 2 heroes in a row, Ixia and the Hali, which we don't get to see anymore because of that. But still, I love the fact that we went for the Alucard, and I'll tell you why. You see, the thing about the Alucard is the Alucard is very good with chasing mobile heroes. We know very well that the Bat Feast on the Sicilian grants him mobility. The Granger also has mobility with the Rondo, and then you have the Angela that also have mobility with the Love Waves. So that's the Alucard there for the chase. But on Nava, you also know that he's going jungle Alucard. So definitely Ice Retribution there for even more chase potential. And synergy, well, not so much. Damage, yeah, that's in check.
Okay, well, I think the problem I do see with the Alucard is the Alice there. Alice ult, Angela ult, and Alice, Xbox there. If you're Alucard, You're literally a chase hero. You're always going to be inside that ult if you want to do damage. So it might be problematic, but ultimately, though, I want to see how this pans out. There's the Alucard, the Camilla, the Vexana, the Claude, which can be also a problem, but he has to go close up, like he did say. Close up in a game like this, when there's an Xbox, there's an Alice. I don't think that, might be a very easy battle for that man. But well, the farming gets started, and we are now for the next 1 minute in the farming simulation. Let's go.
Farming simulation indeed, and I just saw comments right now from the from the YT, and I can see someone say, "God bless commentators." Yeah, thank you, sad boy. God bless you too, man. God bless us all. God bless Real Time for bringing to us this peak of a production value, and of course, Carl, they're still doing their thing, man. They're still doing their thing.
Yeah, God bless Mlhub, God bless the community as a whole. You guys share out the stream, make sure more people come to watch, this amazing work being put out there, so we can, attract more numbers and just overall grow as a community together. But well, here we go. Still the farming simulation being loaded in, and I see Camilla giving a little bit of a vision there, but she's not going to make any hasty moves whatsoever. She's taking the river clip alone, so neither of the junglers thought that was an important thing to do with their side. Okay, Camilla does take that for OFM though. Very good stuff. The blue bar being farmed by Alucard is a little bit late in the farm, as Xbox already has 2 bars now. Alpha might be overextending there. I don't think he's gonna do that though. He's gonna not overextend maybe. I think he's gonna. I don't know what Alpha is doing, but that's a 1v3 if you're not careful. He's gonna have to back that down now. Seeing now with the you know the names a lot better. I think it's starting being close. Yeah,
the one is just Bat Feast, just consistently. Hitting those bat impacts there. Okay, gold lane though. Slow down. Oh, first ball already drawn. Production missed that. And now we see Veldanava. Does he want a 1v3? Does he want a 1v3? Nah, I don't think. I think was good. Oh, official wave, and it dives in again with Wellness smash, but then intercepted again. This is what he talked about. Veldanava fights his first blood, but now goes for a second, dives away. Wellness smash is not enough. I don't tire. Pulls him down, and that is not wise because now he gives away a free throw to the side of Death Trap.
I want to understand what happened in Alucard's mind. It was a 1v3. He saw them. It's not like he did not see them. He knew it was 1v3. He did not have to take that fight, but he thought, you know what, I'm still going to take the fight anyways. Got a 1 kill, did die. But I mean, it didn't really matter because they did get the total. Vexana with a perfect steal there, and that's going to be a total clear for their side. Gold counted their favor, and Alpha wins Alice in a 1v1. I am alive.
You are indeed. I mean, must have been a great pleasure for you to see your main still performing in this patch, despite how long it's been a while since you've played him consistently. But then now we see rotations onto the top lane. That's where things have been happening recently. Not considering what just happened with Veldanava down in the bot lane, though. But then we do see him now in the top lane, and it looks like this time around he doesn't want to fight alone. He just want to move and farm like what he should do. But it looks like the Alpha down bottom engages that. Okay, true damage much. But then I like the fact that Sapphire already knows that he has lost again. Oh, that's a 1v2 now. Crimson Claim gets him out of there. Now 1v3. The long pass not good. Don't do it. Then the hard guard descends. And now Throne of Ruin, my flicker catches 2.
Actually, do it. I'm sorry.
Carl, which side are you on, man?
I was on the don't do it side, but now I'm on the do it side. It actually works, The Angela's ult, I totally forgot Alice had an Angela to help her. So the Angela coming in there was absolute clutch. Put down the Alpha, not really my best woman there, but Alpha goes down. Cecilia goes there. Vexana claims to kill Xbox 4, and I don't know what Xbox was thinking there, but Vexana Skypiercer, this is about to get dangerous, man. Yeah,
and Flicker already purified, committed rather. And you see the fact that these guys are just doing things. Come on, the whole of Order of Fate, actually. We saw the Camilla taking the lethal. Now we see Milson, the Vexana buying Skypiercer, uncommon things. But then there's the production, POV from that angle in the top lane, the turtle spawning. And of course, they will start it out, man. Order of Fate gets there first.
Yeah, Turtle comes in, was going to start the farm first. It's going to be the Order of Fate And the Death Trap boys are not really interested in this. I don't think they are, but now they're going to come through. It's Xborg alone there. It's going to be him, Alpha with the chase. Alice now comes through. Who's going to claim that Xborg perfection is the word. As he claims that one, claims the kill. Kimberly drops the ultimate. Xborg Alice claims it. Alpha falls. I look at now for the own action in. Sicilian for a trader small. Might be damage come through, and Alice is going to put the Harlequin down. The chase is on, and yes, she does. Camilla barely escaping with her life, and my freaking god, what was that team fight?
That was impressive, really. The Alice was just a menace at that point. Going from a 1-1-3 to a 3-1-3, you can tell that that might be the start of something new and might just be the start of the Alice being someone you just cannot ignore. They take down the tier 1 at the bot lane, and the Alpha is now starting to fall off, man. We saw the Alpha dominate, and now look at this point, man. I think the Alpha is the one that's going to be avoiding the Alice.
Yeah, I mean, he got very cocky in the early game, got the very first kill. He thought, you know what, Alice, I'm going to destroy you. And I think that's quite the counter situation now, because now Alice is doing a lot more work. And if you're Alpha, I don't think you want to be getting close to her. This is a major problem. Now, look at that. Life still coming through. Alpha in a very bad spot. He's going to have to back it down. Alice also backing it down, so nobody's getting too overconfident whatsoever. And look at that. Towards the top lane now, you can see a bit of a form there, but nobody's taking any fight. So still the famine. Just farm your buffs here. Get ready for that next start. So we're going to spawn in the next 37 seconds, and there's a lot of time for that one to come in. A kill can still happen in the time between. But 7 and 3, 18,000 and 15,000, and Death Trap have to get locked in. The last time I saw this while I was casting, the numbers, the whole script flipped so fast, and we saw OFM go and get that lead. So, I mean, Death Trap, you start well, but you need to finish well.
Need to finish well indeed. Place it to X02. A BMI outplay. What the heck? To dodge the Rhapsody. And the man uses a flicker against 02. Runs out of blinks. And the man would have to rely on Velden Alpha to get revenge for Velden Alpha. He's sent to respawn as well. My goodness. 2 trade for none in favor of Death Trap.
Now, you have to respect what the Cloud did there. That was clean. You know, escape the Xborg ult, escape Grinch's ultimate as well. He was escaping everywhere. He was so slippery. So I'm going to say, BCR10, he did lose his life eventually though, but he played that really, really well. Total spotted Xborg now might get a free total alpha for the contest. I don't think that's going to happen. Has to go, maybe get the creep. I think he's not going to want to take that fight. It's still Alice, and she's still standing. She's got, you know, the Angela for support anytime soon. But he's lost a turret now, so that's a major problem. As again, 22,000 gold lead, 22,000 gold rather against 18,000 gold. And if you're OFF, you're still on the back foot here. Things are not looking good right now.
Yep, things are not looking good right now, and that's the spam recalls, and looks like Odin of Fate is gonna get their first pause in the game, as now the ref is being summoned to pause the game. Refs, please do your work. Please, refs, please. Okay, looks like we're just gonna give them the pause ourselves. Yep, there's the pause. Okay, now we're just gonna talk about some silly things here, Carl. First off, what the heck was that Claude movement, man? We know Claude was slippery, but nah, that guy took it to a whole new level, man. That guy was something else. 02 was something else.
Yeah, that was clean. I was very impressed. I won't even lie. Before on the last game it was 6-1, and we know how that ended in favor of OFF. So Death Trap, you started well, but can you finish well in this map?
That can you finish well indeed? Can they finish what they've started? Because now the scores are tied, so whoever wins here gets sent to the finals, and whoever loses here goes to the lower bracket. So it's either here or the lower bracket. Now look at those replays, man. The Alice just dominating there. Look at Velden Alpha really struggled there. And then, you know, low-key, right? Low-key, the Angela has actually been the low-key card that is just low-key saving them from those clutch moments with those hard guard. And that is not, we don't really get to talk about much. I mean, most of our attention has just been on the Xborg, the Alice, the Granger. We've not really talked about the Angela. And behind the scenes, the Angela has actually been the reason why some of these plays worked out well for her teammates.
Yeah, you know how it's like with God when a lot of people forget to give glory to God. That's the thing about Angela. She's so vital to a team's success at times, and we a lot of the time it's all about Alucard got 40 kills. We forget Angela had 43 assists. By the way, she was the one doing all the lot talk on their side. But well, I'm finally glad to see a caster giving Angela the praise she deserves. Thank you, Black. As now the game resumes and we are back to the action here. And Xbox been a little bit too cocky there. I think he wants to back it down, but ultimately he's still doing his work and they are going to force that turret down. As Odilla Fate, well, Fate is not being kind at the moment.
Definitely the first they would desire, because now it's a defensive spell of Alpha from Yellow to get away from the allies. It has gotten to that point where he's not just avoiding the allies, he's actually committing his ultimate to get away from the allies. My goodness. Yellow, how did we get here? We saw you dominated the early games. The allies was the one avoiding you, and now we get to see the opposite, the reverse case scenario. Meanwhile, we see a rotation to the top lane here. 3 players going there, and then 0-2. BMI, it's available. BMI in the back spot. Now the Prestige where comes out to play. Busted down immediately by the Death Sonatas. And Shadow doesn't want any of that. Meanwhile, I don't tire. Has to get away. 10 seconds until the score spawns.
Yeah, Lord Battle about to be a beautiful dance. And Alpha and Alice having a fight of the century. Yeah, we're going to see what's happening there. And okay, Alpha kind of winning this one. Alice has to go and back it down. Angela down with the save with the ultimate, but that was a little late though. But now there's a free load, mind you. If they can get that on time, the boys of Odin or Fate now are going to have to cycle all the way towards Lord, but it's already critically low. Camilla might get the info being given out, but there's no time. Granger takes that Lord, and Alucard once again late to the party, and Death Trap are absolutely dismantling everything in the Odin of Fate side. No strategy. Man.
Yeah, no strategy. We need to see those. Those are necessary, guys, in these games. These are the final games on this. It's not an EA or the lower bracket. So show something. Show us something, guys. I mean, look at the gold lead though. 5k gold lead in favor of Death Trap, and one more. That's it. 11-3. The kill lead is still in their favor. 9 kill lead. Actually, my math is a bit off. Maybe 8. Yeah, 8 kill.
Yeah, I mean, when I was studying to take your maths class serious, I did hear you say you don't really care about maths that much. So, anyways, I think it's paying off now, isn't it, Black? As Xbox able to claim that free kill, and Alpha dies straight in. I don't think that's the best fight to go and take now. Claude goes in as well. Immortality is in play. So, well, Claude, I don't think that was the best call to go to just that one person. As Alucard trying to make sure that Lord does not get that turret more. Even Superman cannot do that. And Alice goes in against Alpha. It's 1v1, but Alice does not take that fight after dropping the ultimate. I don't know why.
Yeah, she technically could have won that fight, even though she didn't have the hard card available on the, Angela, but still could have won that fight. Now the Death Sonatas again, forcing the BMI out from 0-2 and forcing the man to back off from the turret. Instead able to get those minions though, but still, man, the damage right now on the boys of Death Trap, they are leveraging on that, and this is something, man. This is something.
Yep, it is. And well, Cloud against Angela there, that top lane, but you don't want to go and take that fight. I mean, I've seen a lot of very, very brave Angelas. I've seen Angela go and invade a Gusha and jungle alone, by the way. I don't know how that happened, but it worked. I don't know how. Don't ask me how, Black. Do not ask me how. It's now we're looking forward to this team fight coming towards that mid lane. It's going to be Alice alone there, and both of OFF trying to get a push towards mid lane alone. She's still there to defend his turret, but I mean, they are trying to build up something, but they've already lost way too many turrets. To make that, if I'm not mistaken, 4 turrets already lost by them. Actually, make that 5. So things are not looking good. I think that's 4. I am like Black now. Bad maths, bro.
You're also getting your math wrong, man. You're also getting your math wrong. Welcome to the club of people that can't get their math right while they're casting, but still mid lane, you're just doing the macros at this point. And that's actually wise, because we saw the second game rather, how that went. The macros was one of the things that actually cost the Death Trap that match to Order of Fate. So, hey, let's see how this goes. Let's see how this goes indeed. Macros is what they are trying to prevent. It's not the reason why they lose again. The Lord spawns in 3 seconds. And who's going to get this Lord? Receive Belton Alpha in the mid lane. It might be diving, but nope. mind is just, oh yeah, you see the Alpha and the Alice beef on the EX play, by the way.
Julian Kyra says Moonton Matics. It's not mathematics here. It's Moonton Matics. Exactly. So we're not technically wrong. We're just doing a different kind of maths. It's not what you guys are used to. It's a Moonton type of maths here. But again, Lord spawns in and things are about to get heated up towards that Lord fight. And she can. I'm confused.
No, man. I see that Mlhub has other priorities because he was still in mid while that Lord was being taken down.
I'm so confused.
Probably different priorities. Yeah, probably misplaced priorities, or probably they had another strategy in play, because now we see the EXP laner in the bot lane trying to push the tier 1 there, and the jungler in the mid lane. I don't know, Fate, what's going on?
I don't know what's happening now. Claude in a very, very bad spot. I think that's a lag. I think that was into the lag. Yeah, he was walking free without will, and he's going to get shot down there with a free kill for Expo and his minions. 8-1-2 for the man. He's quite farmed, and a little Fate, well, things are starting to look really ugly for them.
Yeah. At this point, because right now, look at this team fight, man. They've lost 2 members and almost losing a 3, and yeah, it's, 0-2 response though, so I do hope they can defend. The Lord is already melted down. My goodness, this is something he did, and now Spear of Alpha Yellow goes in with such low HP. Wow.
Yep, they go 3. So now he's trying to get a CC hole there. Alucard just doing a lot of wave clearing, wave management for a jungler, by the way. I think he should be the one making a lot of those initiations alongside the Run Camilla, but he's not really had any team fights. 150 and 3, mind you, on that kill count. Things are not looking good. The levels as well, only the 1 player, actually 2 players on the level 15 for their side. So innovative bats 4. We have on Death Trap every single player except the Rome already on level 15, and they've out-farmed. They've got almost all the equipment here. So if you're a little Fate, well, you're going to have to start relying on some serious strategy. But again, the one thing about Mobile Legends is one wipeout can literally change the outcome of every single game. So if you're OFF right now, you're heavily behind. The one thing you can do now is hope for a wipeout here.
Yeah, hope for a wipeout indeed, because this is the only way to turn things around. It's 8k gold lead. It's 12 kill lead. I got my mouth right this time. Yeah, still got it. And then we still got yeah, bot lane. We see yellow. Okay, I think I understand what's going on now. Oh, they're not gonna let him. They're not gonna let him. They want to chase. They cut him off, and now the man is forced to pop that vengeance to the Spirit of Alpha onto the Angela. Winter Crown all play from the Angela, and I don't tire busting down. That is how you play it. I am clapping. Impressive play for my give up.
That was impressive. But Alpha, I mean, of all the heroes to split push, Alpha, guy, I don't think you have a split push hero there, because I don't think so. No mobility whatsoever. You can only depend on actually out brawling them, and that is also not looking like it's going to work. But there's a team fight about to happen here. Camilla, Alec, and Vexana now for the Lord. Can they get in again? Alucard at least try to go for the Lord. Camilla's the only one making the move towards Lord. I've got no idea why that's happening. What exactly is Odilo Fate doing?
I don't know, man. Priority-wise, that's not exactly how you should move as a jungler. And it looks like Veldanava they just want to just clear, man. Now, we've been seeing split pushing from their teams. We saw Alpha going bot lane. We saw the Claude going top lane and trying to clear there. I think right now, yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. They're just trying to clear and get away when they get chased. That is what now 0-2 Crimson Gleam gets Sapphire closer, but then 0-2 is able to get away. I think right now, Ordeal of Fate is prioritizing macros even over Lord dances, man.
Yeah, I mean, it can't work. It actually can't work. If there was a sun, then yeah, it would definitely work. But I mean, maybe the Claude can go for the split pushes, instead, and he's gonna get shot down. Of course, I jinxed him there. Now the Lord about to push that towards Vexana goes in with an ultimate. Can she make that work? No values found. They gonna have to back that down. Coming in now with the ultimate drops, and this might be a very good team fight. But Alucard's gonna get one both them by Xbox with crazy amounts of Skybus and Starks there. And listen, Alpha, it's a 1v1, and Granger shots him down first. And OFF, you guys got me so happy after the game too, and it looks like we might be saying goodbye here.
We might be saying goodbye indeed. The base now last vicinity committed again, even inside the base. Jeez, man. This guy doesn't even know when to pull back. But then the minion waves already crashing in. The top inhibitor almost down. And they're doing what they can with only 2 members. Order of Fate trying to stay in the upper brackets with Death Trap. But can they still defend? The base is already getting hit. It's almost half HP. 0-2 shots down. Shadow Sapphire goes as well. And the first is here. That's a pick up a double. 0-2. What the heck is that? They put down an entire triple kill for 0-2. That's the wipeout we were looking for, as Ordeal of Fate still show that history is still being written by them.
Yeah, now they are going to have to go aggressively push towards that mid lane. They can't make it work. You can push at least 3 turrets down. There's a lot of time on that clock. It's 18 seconds for the first person to go and respawn. First one put down. Can they get a double? The answer is going to be absolutely yes. Can they keep going though? 2 turrets get put down. This might be the push we didn't know we needed. They might get all 3 down. They might even go for the base. And oh my freaking god, it might be what we did see coming. No freaking Jesus, I'm Joe Christ. What?
What the heck? Oh my god. Winning a best of 3 with 3.0. Cow, that's crazy. Jesus.
What?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I did say one pass can change the game, but I didn't mean like this. It was one half-ass wipeouts in the whole 3 turrets, 3 mid lane, get put down. The base also falls. I don't know how that happened, but Ordeal of Fate are showing us why they have fate in their name, because they decide the freaking fate. What?
Exactly. We may be seeing Death Trap play games and win team fights, but Ordeal of Fate says, don't forget, I have the map of destiny, I have the pen of destiny, and I will write out this end. 3.2 unveiled an alpha. I mean, Kyle, these guys weren't even prioritizing late game load down.
Cake, went in, claimed the first kill, claimed the double. Xbox had the chance to leave there, but he said, no, I'm still going to fight him. And he also got put down, and that was the end of the story right there and then. And I could have not thought that they would have ended the game through that mid lane. I thought maybe at least they put 2 or 3 turrets down, going back for a recollection. But my God, they said, you know what? We're just going to push all the way through, and we're going to see what Fate actually talks about, tells us. And it was a freaking comeback. The one we didn't see coming, 8 and 20, and they've got the win with a 12-point deficit. Epic comeback, square max. Wow.
Epic indeed. That is something that no one could have seen. They cooked so much. My goodness, that is an impressive play. I am clapping. Ordeal of Fate, they truly wrote fate in their favor. And Jesus, what the heck is that? 5-man push through that mid lane. They ended the game in their favor, and this is exactly how you want the game to end, guys. This is exactly what everyone came to the stream to watch. They want to watch something interesting, mentally stimulating, and something that can keep them hooked. Unbelievable, unprecedented, unpredictable, and this is absolutely cinema, because DT definitely did not see that one coming, Carl.
They did not. I will not, man. Even I didn't see that coming. And a lot of the viewers on the chat did not see that coming. It was, somebody says, almost see luck. I don't think that was luck, bro. That was just perfect timing. That was the universe aligning in their favor, and God saying, you guys are going to make it to that winners bracket finals. And Cloud in this case was got to them. He was absolutely stunning. The triple kill there, mind you, those are the only 3 kills he got throughout this game. 3 freaking kills, and they were the most important kills of the whole and entire lobby. Vexana with the MVP as well. I mean, everything just ended up to them. I don't know exactly what Alucard was doing. Still, the strategy might have worked, but Alucard's own case is different because his village people were active this night, and they were just they were pulling the strings that were so heavily. But Cloud said, your village people are not going to make me lose this game. I am going to that winners bracket final. And, our first winners bracket finalist has been locked in. And it's not going to be Death Trap. It's going to be OFF.
OFF, indeed. But I mean, at this point, I can't even point fingers at their Alucard. Because, I mean, he has 3.0, but I can't even label that right now. I can't even move forward that at this point because that was a comeback worth watching, and of course, impressive gameplay. But guys, we're gonna go on a short intermission. When we come back, it's gonna be Zen International versus Disorders. And with that being said, we'll be right back, guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Owlus. The kid says demons have invaded the border. Owlus! It's been far too long. We got a new Leonin in the squad. He reminds me of you. Hey, Owlus. That kid's grown a lot stronger. No one looks down on him now.
Hey, kid! Kid! This is the end of my journey. The road ahead. I'll leave it to you, kid. I'm sure you'll be a great warrior. Call it in old Leonin's intuition.
Owlus. The kid says demons have invaded the border. Owlus! It's been far too long. We got a new Leonin in the squad. He reminds me of you. Hey, Owlus. That kid's grown a lot stronger. No one looks down on him now.
Hey, kid! Kid! This is the end of my journey. The road ahead. I'll leave it to you, kid. I'm sure you'll be a great warrior. Call it in old Leonin's intuition.
Owlus. The kid says demons have invaded the border. Owlus. The kid says demons have invaded the border. Owlus! It's been far too long. We got a new Leonin in the squad. He reminds me of you. Hey, Owlus. That kid's grown a lot stronger. No one looks down on him now.
Hey, kid! Kid! This is the end of my journey. The road ahead. I'll leave it to you, kid. I'm sure you'll be a great warrior. Call it in old Leonin's intuition.
Owlus. The kid says demons have invaded the border. Owlus! It's been far too long. We got a new Leonin in the squad. He reminds me of you. Hey, Owlus. That kid's grown a lot stronger. No one looks down on him now.
Hey, kid! Kid! This is the end of my journey. The road ahead. I'll leave it to you, kid. I'm sure you'll be a great warrior. Call it in old Leonin's intuition.
Owlus. The kid says demons have invaded the border. Owlus! It's been far too long. We got a new Leonin in the squad. He reminds me of you. Hey, Owlus. That kid's grown a lot stronger. No one looks down on him now.
Hey, kid! Kid! This is the end of my journey. The road ahead. I'll leave it to you, kid. I'm sure you'll be a great warrior. Call it in old Leonin's intuition.
And we get to see a new set of teams now, and hopefully we get to see a game that is worth watching, like we saw in the early game we played. But man, this is game 2. It's Zen International versus Disorders. Let's go, man.
Yeah, I think I've seen this other play before, man. I think I've also seen Zen play on a different award, bro. Since the bans coming early, Xbox ban, very, very understandable. I'm not even going to contest that one. Sora ban, major problem, but also can be contained. But anyways, better to ban the hero down if you're not sure how to contain it. So that's what matters the most. But again, so far, one player banned on both sides. We're looking for that third ban to come into here, Black.
Looking for the third ban. I like the fact that he did not actually mention the hero so that you would not jinx the hero just before he came banned. But I like the fact that the soldiers are respecting being him banned.
I think that's something that a lot of teams have to go and understand. If you can't contain a situation, it's better you don't even let it happen. It's better that it's like if you can't contain a virus, don't let it spread. That's the one thing. So Xbox is a virus that ultimately might be a problem.
I am a daughter of Northern Vale. I swear to protect it till
Right
my
now.
last breath.
So yeah, I am almost 70% through the whole thing. But Kuto, very, very crazy. He can be so annoying. He was just camp in the bush for you. He can one boss Zayton. He can one boss Freya. He can one boss Carry. So he's somebody you don't want to let farm. You want to make sure you're handling that pack. And Freya up against Pack, well, in that 1v1, Freya most likely is going to win the 1v1 every single day. But if Pack is able to beat up that farm, he can still one boss her before she even gets that auto pop. So yeah, Freya has to watch out.
My arrow flies towards hope.
Definitely has to watch out. And also another hero you play very often, man. I mean, you pretty much Freya jungle, Freya EXP. You spam Freya a lot, actually. I just like calling out your picks.
Stop exposing my strategies on stream, Black. Stop exposing my strategies. Now, if once they see me in the lobby, they're gonna ban Freya, they're gonna ban. But the thing is, how many of them can you ban? I play all of them. I play Pack, I play Mia, I play Freya, I play Carry a lot. I play every lane and every hero. So how many of them can you really go and ban? But we're going to, of course, Zena, one of my very good friends, Zena, and also a very big bot. I'm really surprised to see Zena playing comms. I really hope he's able to perform. If he's not able to perform, I will be here laughing at him for the whole of the evening here, Black.
Same here, actually, because we do play 3-0 together, and Zen is actually someone that's going to be next pick here. He does go for the Hilda. Wow. Okay. I still prefer a set Roma, though. I prefer a set Roma than the Hilda. I mean, what do you think, Ren? Don't you believe a set Roma would be better in this situation?
When you say set, you're talking about Johnson. Oof, that's quite a nasty pick being picked up here. Johnson is a very problematic. Atlas is almost very okay. You know what? Yeah, I think I've started the whole Jason thing again, so I'm going to go ahead and not mention the hero until they're actually locked down. But for Hilda, though, Hilda can be an absolute menace in the early, mid, and even late game. So, I mean, you want to watch out for Hilda, but ultimately in team fights, she tends to be a little bit, not there, absent. So, yeah, that's something you want to look out for if you're picking Hilda. You're not looking for a lot of team fights, you're looking for a lot of single outs and a lot of gangs.
Indeed. And, well, to be honest, I'm going to say Arisu is safe because the Hidden Moonlight technically removes all CC. So, yeah, safe pick. But then it's the only one really. I don't even Moon is going to go for a Purify rather than a Sprint. That would actually be a wise decision on his end, because of this Atlas. Because you know what happens once you have the Atlas, once the Fatal Link comes in, it's definitely the Fury of the Phoenix, and then the follow-up with the Freya, with the Valkyrie decent, but still, backside pick from Zen, and I want to see how this works. Definitely for the Freya.
Yeah, that's I think I'm really confused as to what exactly the plan is. Yeah, I see a Hilda room. Okay, that's fine. Backstage jungle. Alice is going to be in a lot of problem there in an actual team fight because Bagsy won't let her heal up. The ultimate there is an anti-heal. Almost all its skills have anti-heal in them, so it's going to be a problem now for Alice to be able to scale up damage in team fight. So that's a really good counter. Selling for a lot of CC, but ultimately the Atlas is going to be nullifying almost every single hero on that DSR lineup. So yeah, let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens.
Indeed, let's see what happens. And now we're on the loading screen, and I just want to look at some of the comments here, man. I just want to look at some of the comments. Someone says, Phoenix says, This nigga really locked me. Yeah. And someone says my goat Sonic will carry. Zen might be cooked. I don't really think Zen will be cooked because if you think about it, that Baxia pick is a counter pick. The Valkyrie Descent grants Freya healing as she uses well, technically you are a Freya player. You play Freya more than me, so I'll let you analyze that, Carl.
Yeah, I mean, against a Paquito though, it's all about who's able to scale up first. The thing about Pac is he can one burst you before you even use the ultimate. So if you're a Freya, you want to get a little bit of a defense for Pac, and in an ultimate team fight where it's all outside turrets, Freya easily solos Pac. But when there's a turret involved and then Pac has that whole stack on, he can easily one burst her before she even gets anything done. So let's see what happens though. As now game starts, Carrie's playing safe. That's one thing I love to go and do. Now look at what Carrie's doing right now. If we're gonna go back to that gold lane, yeah, I think she wants to leave she's not doing what I thought she was gonna do. And this might be a very bad engagement. Yes, it's gonna be, and she's gonna be first blood, no questions asked.
No questions asked, indeed. That's a very good play from Jester, though. That's the thing about the Hilda. In the early game, the Hilda can be very strong without Art of Hunting. It just deals damage and make sure you just camp and wait for the right prey. In this situation, being the side laner, down bottom, and also the mid laner, because right now, prioritizing the Paquito might be pretty risky because he's got the job, the blink skill is there, and on the other side of Ryuji, the Phantom Step, well, the range on the Phantom Step is pretty small, so it's easy for Jester to actually make up for it with the combat ritual when it comes to the chase.
Yeah. And look at Pac and Freya in that top lane. There's a little bit of a dance going through. And Pac, well, I think Freya is now outplaying him, and he's got the stacks loaded in. But Freya, Alice is going to get a turret dive, and it's going to be a free kill. Alice almost taking out my turret there, but this is why you need to help your EXP. I think DSR now are making the same mistake we saw in the last game when it was a Leo mod, where there wasn't really a lot of EXP rotations, and we're seeing exactly that happen now. Total spawns in, B-Shot production, as we're not going to see that total view as well. Satan is in here, Atlas close by. There's going to be Hilda and Baxia about to go and start a total fight.
Indeed, about to start a total fight indeed. Now the total already started out there. Phoenix Descent. Okay, Jester taking a lot of damage. Half HP already, and they post Jester down. Kendrick is looking for another, and that's a dive in. Trying to chase down the Sicilian, even inside the turret, past the tier 1. Kendrick, this is too much. He will fall. Just Cloud puts him down. Just Cloud, double for Paquito. A punch for a punch. And the total is almost taken and stolen by Zen. DSR, no stones unturned as they get the trade perfectly and the objective.
Yeah, that was quite hectic to watch. It's a lot of punching being done, a lot of damage being thrown away, but ultimately still, I mean, if you were Zen, again, the goal count is very close, kill count also very close, 3 and 2, a 7,000 and 8,000 goal count for both sides. It's still a very close game, so ultimately it's going to come down to who starts to go and scale first. And first starts to spawn, we have 2 more to go. Kyrie's playing very safe, Mia's just making sure to zone out a little bit there, but now it might be a gang coming through as it's going to be Atlas in that bush. Hilda might get a little bit of info given up, but I don't think he's going to make that call, as now they're going to both get a vision on there itself, so it's going to be a retreat from Hilda. I don't think so.
Same here. They're just at this point, just waiting for that gold lane now. I like the fact that now Sabrina Mohit knows that, okay, Ryuji is under heat and we need to help him. We need to save him. Now he gets the fatal link. Might be a 3-man. Gets posted down before he could even use it. And now we see the total poisons committed by Zen, and 39 seconds until, actually 45 seconds until that total spawns. And things are just happening in the gold lane alone. That's where we see just start concentrating all his efforts.
Yeah, gold lane, Alice. This 3v1 gang. If you're a carry, please stay in the turret. I beg you, in God's green earth. Please stay in the turret. Don't even leave it. It's just 3 players. But it might be a 4v3 now. Its numbers are going to increase on both sides. Carry now. Damage is there. Nobody's going to take a very early fight. You want to play that safe. Bags, you're able to get that connection. To see him goes in for CC, able to claim that man there. But nobody is overextended. It's a total spoiler now in the next 10 seconds. And wow, Freya just died to Pac, by the way, on the kill feed. And he's waiting for her now in that bush. So one burst again might come through. If you're Freya, I don't think she knows. And he's not going to be able to go and take that fight. Now Toto spawns in. And there's a buff still for Bags here. He's going to get the buff. The answer's going to be no. As we're going to see Alice able to get that buff back. Is she ready? No, she's not ready. Toto.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did not retreat. Tussle spawns and now started out already by Zen. The Sodas. That's exactly the jungle discipline we saw from the boys of Death Trap. Now the Crimson Gleam at least doesn't follow it through. Meanwhile, Throne of Ruin immobilizes 2 and Ashwa somehow picks up the turtle as well. Tortoise Poison Zen makes her pay and now chasing down Sublina Muhi, the Atlas. Might be next on the chopping block. He's got that flicker, he's got that fatal links, but where would the follow-up be if he uses it in a situation like this?
I've got to ask why Freya did not join that team fight. She could have been a vital help, but she was clearing the minions. Again, not minions are important. Yes, I do get that. But in a case where there's a turtle in the EXP lane, the most recognizable thing to do would be help your team claim that turtle, and she's ultimately going to let that go and let them, kill her jungler. I don't know what that call was, but now Carry falls once again, and Hilda has just, I think the one task now for Hilda is decapacitate the marksman, make sure she has 0 farm, and that would be very vital in the late game, because if Carry doesn't farm and Mia's properly farmed, my god, it's going to be a nightmare for this team. Somebody said Mia's luck was bad.
Indeed.
You're about to find out why it was good.
Yeah, indeed. Like you said, man. I mean, we did see, okay. Arisu wants to start something out now. Ashura, Crimson Gleam goes into the fight, Throne of Ruin as well for out attack ability. But then Ashura is able to survive and get away. That's the thing about the Alice, the mobility is there. But then, like you said, man, the carry has been on lockdown since the first game. Now we finally get to see the carry gets played. And it's just constant gangs and we haven't even seen a single fatal links from Sublina Muid. What is going on? Waiting for his opening? Might be an opening here. The man might go in for it. They're clustered enough. Sublina Muid, take your chance. He lets them get away.
Yeah, to be fair. But somehow Freya has won that lane, by the way. Carry again in a 1v4 gang. Why is nobody coming towards Carry's lane? This is the one thing I don't understand. It's very funny how the gold lane has been ganked all game long, and somehow they're still not rotating there, but finally now they do, and now the team fight is going to come to Carry there with the damage we've been looking for and begging for. She claims the double, Mia goes in, claims 1, Mia falls, Pac comes in, Freya's there for the answer, and Freya, oh my god, she can absolutely claim a double. Bazio will definitely fall, Carry steals that kill, and this is what I've been asking for. Team freaking fight.
Jesus, man. 0-2-0 to 3-2-0. Now we understand why they were double marking, triple marking, maybe even 4 marking this carry, because this carry, just a single team fight, she's gotten her KDA back up and taking the total. Now you understand why Riju was on lockdown the whole time by these others.
Yeah, now I do, no doubt. Pac now trying to get a 1 boss, but it's not going to mean anything because now Zetian's ultimate drop. Carry's going to absolutely melt him, but no, he's going to barely escape that one with his life. But now he's been warned. You do not play with Carry, especially when Outlast is close by. And well, yeah, you were right, man. This is exactly why they've been locking that lady down.
And now we see Jester doing it all over again. He started from that bush, and now they just sort of continue what they started. Sangwine Claws able to get away from it for the Phantom Step, and now Sabrina Muid goes into the front line production. The action.
Yes, oh my god, Jade, bro. Perfect timing, Jade. Wow, perfect timing. Yeah, we just missed out the kill. Carry did claim 1 more kill there. Freya did fall as well, and Carry starting to look like a major problem. Now Atlas goes in. They are going to claim that turret. If you're back, this is not a good fight. I don't think you want to take it though. He's going to waste that stack, and well, it's back to normal. Mia able to switch up lanes, pick up that top lane. 134. She might claim a double, except Mia gets there on time, and we see a sort of team fight come to play now. What is Pac doing?
Yeah, I'm also asking as well. Also, what is Zen doing? Does Zen know that he's actually outnumbered there? And of course, they bust him down. Ryuji is unstoppable. Now the team fight ensues. Now Bakuri descends to the back line. Sonic finds one as well for himself. It's still going on. The numbers are still falling as Ryuji gets a double for himself. Ryuji gets a triple for himself. What the heck? Ryuji, what is this man on? 7-2-2 in a blink of an eye from 0-2-0. The soldiers are starting to feel it. They will feel it like they want to die, but they will not feel it exactly.
Aku will manage. In this case, it's going to be Mia, Bagja, Cecilia, manage. Hilda, manage. Papito, manage. Because my God, things have now turned around from, like you did say, 0-0. It's now a 7-2-2, and the KD has never been better as they are going to claim a free Lord. Hilda comes in, and I mean, if you're close to carry, she's going to one-boss you, but she's not going to take that fight now. And yes, now she does. It might be an easy kill. The answer, Zaytian comes in, Mia claims a kill, Freya claims Hilda. It's a 1-for-1 trade there. Actually, no, it's a 1-for-0 trade, as this honors, they had the lead in the cushion, but now it's absolutely gone.
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone, man. Now we get to see a 3K gold lead here. Of course, on the side of Zen, they are just making sure they hold out in this game. Their marksman is finally coming back online. And of course, we get to see Sonic as well, 309 on his end, doing so well. And Kendrick as well, 335, not the best in his team, but still preferable. Lord already being melted. I like the fact that Zen International know that Lord is very squishy, so there's no need to push it through the mid lane. Let's just use this as a distraction, and that's what we see. So Mlhub looking for an opening there, doesn't have the flicker, has the fatal links, but just tells his team to push back instead.
Yeah, just push back, you don't want to ever commit to any fight that you're not going to surely win. But now, Banksy up against Freya and Alice, not really going to be a good fight there if you're in the turret side. I'm going to have to back that down, but Hilda comes in, and it might be a full-on team fight. Sicilian goes in. Alice, I don't think you want to admit to that one, or commit to that one rather, and she's going to have to back it down. But Hilda's just, the one thing about Hilda is she can always heal up every single time, and she goes back towards that push, and Mia and Pac now trying to push that bot lane. Alice might get the info being given out. I think the whole team's going to get that info. Freya, nowhere close. The EXP's there. Banks are also on that top lane. Zena. I will be in your DMs if you guys lose this match.
Honestly, starting from Kuhn's DMs, yeah, we're gonna be specific about that, man. Then now we see the team fight breaks out at the bottom lane. Arrow of Eclipse for Ryuju melts through that and shows the Mia that you've had support the whole time. Now when it comes to a 1v1, it's time for me to shine. As the mid lane will be where they will concentrate their numbers, and there we see the macros getting managed by Zen.
Yeah, big shout out to Emmanuel L. David. He's been the only person on the chat commenting back to back. So I see you. We all see you here. Big shout out to you. Thank you for keeping the stream lively. It's not me again. Go to a team fight. It says, oh, it's perfect timing. Oh, Hilda falls. It's going to be that carries damage. They're all doing the loss for their side. It might be a full wipe, but if they're not careful, Freya claims a kill, but torrent damage is going to do the revenge mark for her. And well, it's going to be trades coming through. A 2-for-3 trade. Cecilian and Mia are the last man and woman rather for the side.
Yeah, indeed. I love the gender inclusivity there. With the Mia and also the Sicilian as well. And then the top lane and bottom lane, we see the mark. Okay, is that a wave freeze? Yeah, that is definitely a wave freeze. My goodness, Zen with his strategies, they know that Lord is about to spawn, and they want to use the waves to their advantage. They will clear it just before they start it out, so that the soldiers will be busy clearing while they are taking the Lord. Interesting.
Yeah, Lord spawn then. It's going to be a Lord fight soon, surely soon. Alice trying to get that over a crib, but Mia steals that one. And now, Mia, what were you thinking? Zetian, it's going to be a total one bust. And 2+4. You don't want to play with Carry. Atlas finds him. Carry confirms it. Oh, Atlas steals that kill, but ultimately it's a team effort as they claim that one. Bangsia with the ultimate drop, so Alice can't really heal up, and she has to go and back that down. But 2 players have been put down, and it might be a free Lord. As if you're the side of, Disorders right now, you are in serious disarray, and it's not looking good for your side.
Indeed, not looking real good for them. Indeed, complete disarray is the word, because this is the Lord now taken by them, and this is 4K gold lead, man. Now top lane, okay. No, even more trying to get away. Fatal links brings him back, and Ryuju sends him back to respawn, and that man is on 10-7. Definitely gonna need to put this carry on a leash, on in this case banned, because you don't want this again in the second game.
Yeah, first things first, you have to go and talk about the fact that there were 3 ultimates there for 1 hero. Sicilian alone. Atlas used the ultimate. Freya used the ultimate. Carry used the ultimate for just Sicilian. Is it that much of a problem, or am I missing something? I'm so confused, bro. They did get the kill. That's what we count. And I don't know what exactly Hilda thinks she's doing there. Mia as well. But they are going to have to back that down. There is a lot of pushing now. It's a 40-minute mark, and we are about to hit that 50-minute mark. I love that view. What in God's great name was that, man?
Yeah, production just peeking out right now. And we see the siege now ensued. The Lord already have HP. Said he's trying to create a distraction for this Lord to lure him. But it looks like the Tortoise Boy San is already dealing the damage his shield. And the Lord already melted down. Wow, win plays from Zen. Really played that well. Really made sure the Lord did not get to their center inhibitor and keep the boys of Zen out.
Yeah, I think like you made a very good point about the Disorders needed a room that could actually engage. Hilda cannot do that. She's a 1v1 hero. And right now, a very good question being raised by Emmanuel David on chat saying, who exactly is Hilda going to block? She can't lock Freya. She can't lock Atlas. She can't lock Zetia, which is the passive is there. She definitely would not be willing to go and lock Carrie because that's a literal suicide note. She also can't lock Ali. So at this point now, Hilda is in a very bad spot and she can't really do much.
Yeah. That's the thing about picking these zoning out tanks, picking up this fighter roamer sometimes. That when you don't have a set roamer, he can actually look at the burst, Jester, even with a flicker, Ryuji is still able to keep up, and now they push for more. The Freya goes and Arisu puts it down, Ryuji gets a double, Ryuji gets a triple, and the Speedy Light Wheels. The Yasun is shut down by the vampire Sicilian himself and says, okay, you've had your fun, it's time to go down. And now Evil Moon, the last man left, the top lane will be the minions crashing into the Crimson Claim. Ashura gets up close and passing out. The Sanguine Claw stuns to the backs of Inamuhid. Fatal Links brings it back again. Evil Moon slays them. Evil Moon 1v2 somehow still alive. Ashura Crimson Claim. But Evil Moon is the only string for the Sworders, keeping them in this game, in game one and out of their base.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you a very short story. I watched a ranked game where a ranked game that was I think a year ago when I started with Mobile Legends. Yeah, I met this Sicilian guy. Back then, I used to think this guy was Jesus Christ because my God, it was a 1v5. There was a lot coming towards our base. All of us had died. It was Sicilian up against 5 members and a Lord that was already low. Yes, Lord wasn't full HP. Yes, for a 1v5, and somehow we did not lose that game. Sicilian killed 4 people in a 1v5. We spawned out and we pushed out. We won the game. So I can tell you, Sicilian late game can be a major problem in team fights, and you can understand why Atlas is making sure Sicilian gets no foul.
Indeed. I mean, I'm definitely gonna be stacking more on that overflowing passive because right now, Evil Moon is one of the best performing players on the team of Disorders. It's like their ace of their whole. Jester goes in again. Another wise move. It's gonna be posted down, and Jester is able to survive this time and get away. The Riju switches target. The Lord already taken there. That's one there. Arrow Zen will get brought back. Got this boy Zen will get away. Able to escape. Zen 1% HP. Arisu gets a double and forcing back Zen. Disorders somehow turned it around. 1-4-2 trade or maybe more. The Lord in their favor, and can this be a turnaround, Carl?
It might be. Lord is now pushing now. Bags is there. Pack is there. Mia's finally being able to get a lot of those kills. Mia can be a problem, just not against Carrie though, but against the rest of the team, she can absolutely one-bust a lot of them, especially in a team fight where they don't pay attention to her. As now we see the 1-for-2 trade there. Mia was a very vital force. Lord is now making that move towards the base. I don't know what Pack is doing that. He's losing HP instead of maybe recalling it. Pack, what exactly are you doing against those minions there? Oh, well, there's a lot push now. I don't think they want to push that low. They are pushing towards that mid lane because they say that's a lot more important now. Look at that team fight come to me. Alice there with the ultimate. It's going to be very vital, Black. What the hell, Black?
What the hell, indeed. Atlas goes it, pulls one back. Even somehow he will fall, gets taken out. Kendrick slays him, and now a double for the Freya Zen. So much heat, and the Zusi gets the kill. Man, a rebuild and a successful defense from Zen International. They tell the soldiers, not now, maybe another siege, but not this one.
Okay. Well, you saw Mia pull out of that fight. I think she would have been a very vital force in that team fight, maybe. But she pulled out completely, and I don't think that's really... Well, I mean, if it means you get a chance to defend your base and make sure you don't lose the game and get wiped out, then I think it's a very good call because the only 2 of them are standing out in a 2v5. So Yeah, I think it was a good call. I actually take that back, but wow, this might be a very bad spot to be in now. And last comes in. Mia has the ultimate, but can they do anything? The answer is going to be no. Carrie melts her down, and she's not even going to be able to get a single shot in. It's just like that. Well, 3 players respawn. It's a 5v3 here. 5v4.
Yeah. 5v4 indeed. Now, Jester in bad spot there. That's 1 half HP. Jester, if you're going to get away now. And the man is able to survive. But then 40 seconds until the slot spawns, Zen International set their sights onto that Lord. They know very well that this is the late games, macro matter, and also the priority of the objective matter if you're going to get anywhere and get through this game. It's 3k gold lead. The gold lead is closer than it normally would, but then Lord first.
Lord first. 18 more seconds on that clock to get the Lord spawned in. And if you're disordered as well, as you start to get a little bit alive, but can you make it actually work? Park, score the stacks up now, or one boss can take one player down, but ultimately not a lot in that team fight. I think he still got a Skype, so I don't know why, but Lord spawns in, and now they go through. It's going to be Zen to start that Lord, and now they're also going to get Disorder start to make that Meteor's Lord. Bagsia comes in. It's going to be Bagsia with the rolling. I don't think that's a very good spot. He's going to take out Zita's passive, though. That's vital. Zita with the ultimate. Bagsia gets melted down, and okay, Black.
Yeah, this is definitely it. Ryuju gets a killing spree, maybe another, but they are still prioritizing Lord. I like that. Is that a backdoor for Mia? Production top lane, is that a backdoor for Mia? No, she will not go through the recall. Kendrick goes back, but now the Disorders, they don't have a chance, man. They don't have a chance. The backdoor did not work.
Yeah, it didn't really work. Again, I want to point out, this is Mia's time. This is the late game. If this is the one time they need Mia in team fights in lots more than anything. Backdoors could work, yes, but in a case where there's a load fight and you know your team is going to fully commit to that load fight, I think Mia would be a lot more needed in the load fight than in a backdoor. Because, my God, come on, man. They have no chance. They have no damage, apart from maybe Sicilian there, if Mia's nowhere close. So the one thing they need right now is Mia in team fights, not the backdoor situation here. They need her in team fights. Now it's a 5v5. Lord is making that move slowly and surely, and let's see what happens here, man. This might be the end, but hopefully it is not the end.
Hopefully it is not the end. Indeed, it's CJ in shoes, and you can see Zen. He's already on that lane and just waiting for that Lord to come close. This is where they need the Mia, man. The Mia can melt down this Lord as fast as possible. This is where she shines. Now we see Just Class getting ahead of himself a little bit, just extending a little bit and starting out this Lord. Mia, you need to go there now. Arisu is a bit wary. That's where he should be. And making sure to keep up. But then just walking out here. The Phoenix comes out to play there. Might be a dive into the mid turret. Ryuju takes down the inhibitor. Now only one inhibitor left on the bot lane. The top lane, the Mia is already melting at this Lord. Lord already have HP. If you're going to make your moves, then make it now. The Lord is almost gone. And Zen might go for it. Sublina Muhid. There's the Atlas. Dives in looking for the fatal links. But no, just the meet and greet and a getaway.
Yeah. The Lord, I wouldn't say was wasted because we did see them push out the last turret down. So ultimately, the Lord still did the damage they had to go and do. It's 23 minutes now on the clock for this map, and these guys are spending all the time possible they can. And Hilda, I've got no idea what exactly she thinks she's doing because it's a 1v3. I think that's a 1v4, and she's not going to get melted down. Lucky flicker there. She's going to barely escape that one, but now they have first out that flicker. She doesn't have it for the next 112 seconds. And well, again, I just saw chat. So the thing about Mia is a single good positioning could literally change the outcome of the whole game. If she can just wait till the team fight starts, not be in the middle of the team fight, we see Atlas versus ult, we see Carrie pop the ult, we see Freya pop the ult, and she comes in, she can literally one-bust every single player in the opponent team. So if this is the one time where you literally will be begging Mia, and look at the team fight now, Lord starts, look where Mia is.
That's potentially trying for the back door again. That's what we see. And now we're diving Kendrick with the Valkyrie descent. And now the speedy light piece comes out to play. Zen is being melted down. But then this says CC coming out. Kendrick gets Zen. The jungler taking out Mia. Your back door better work. Because this Lord is almost down. And the retribution might come through somehow. The Atlas gets the Lord. Mia wants to go for that back door. They're recalling the boys who said, you want to go for it. Can Arisu make it in time? Can Arisu go for that ending? did Arisu make up your mind? It's not gonna be the back door. She's gonna recall and now pass for Just Cloud. Jab defensively, but Sonic is godlike with that Phoenix descent as they put him down.
The thing about this, I don't know if you know. Somebody says not be script. It can't be a script, man. It can't work. Mia Savage is really easy. If she can get very good, if she can get a good positioning, I swear she can get an easy Savage, bro. Again, the backdoor didn't work there. There's always going to be one. But I mean, I love what Pac was doing. If you watch that gameplay, Pac wasn't trying to get a kill. He was trying to distract them, so Mia could go and end the game. But they didn't really, buy it, and they made sure they were able to, go record time. And of course, game is over. Mia falls, not takes the base. That is where we say good night and goodbye. And of course, game 1 done, and DSR have lost the very first map as we make our way to map 2.
Man, I feel like, that first backdoor, clearly it did not work. And I feel like Arisu hesitated way too much. If you're going to do a backdoor, commit completely to it. Don't hesitate. Don't overthink. Don't say, oh, where are they? Where are they now? If you're going to do it, do it. If you're not going to do it, then go back. Go to the Lord. That is what I felt like Arisu should. In the entire lobby that don't have a single death, Carl.
Yeah, the guy is just special. Zetin is special. I saw a lot of Zonic glazing on the chat, a lot of Zonic glazing, and they went wrong. 8-0-27, crazy KD there. If my math doesn't really fail me, that's 35 involvement out of 36. So literally, Zetin had 35 involvement in 36 kills. It can't get any better than that. That was flawless work. That was way too clean. And this shows you why it's then a lot better. Mind you, we saw a 0-2-0 for Carrie, and she ended up dying only one more time and got 17 kills and 12 assists. That was absolutely bonkers. As then are going to claim the very first map. Again, Hilda, a very bad pick. And I will call this out again, Mia. I don't know you personally, Arisu, but I tell you, that is not how you play a Mia. You need to help the team. I get it. Backdoors can win you games, but when it's not working, you need to find a way to help the team. Mia's backdoor was never going to work, and I think if she wasn't maybe 2 or 3 team fights, the outcome of this game might have been different. So, Mia, I mean, you might want to go back to the playbook and actually watch comps and see how Mia's played in team fights. For real. I don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah, I actually agree with you there, man. I mean, you tried it the first time. It clearly did not work. You hesitated. You tried it the second time. You got super close. You clearly did not work again. And then the third time where you hesitated at the final moment. And I'm like, why? Why would you do that? Why would you hesitate that much? But then, hey, Arisu, probably next time, try to consider helping the teammates. That can be beneficial, especially if you're playing a hero that actually has a lot of late game potential. So yeah, that's it. Game 2. Let's see if Disorders actually go for a different type of room at this time around, and hopefully not a 3.8 Hilda.
Yeah, the issue was the roam and the maximum head. The roam was not it, No engagements could actually be happening. She couldn't lock any single player on the opening side down. It wasn't possible. Maybe early game she could actually give Kabi a bit of an issue, but after the early game, that was it. Hilda literally had nothing else to do with this team here, apart from maybe a couple of distractions here and there, but she kept getting melted down every single time. Me, on the other hand, as well, not a lot of team fight. I wouldn't even shade Zena's bags here, because he was doing his part. He was trying to get the Toto, the load. He was consistently in every single team fight. He was super tanky, but there was just no damage on their side. There was no help coming through from his team, and ultimately it just wasn't going to be that game. But DSR, hopefully they go and learn from their disarray and their mistakes here, and maybe they can claim a map 2 and give us our second map 3 of the evening.
Okay. Yeah, I can see the comments right now, and I can see Emmanuel, the one who has been solo carrying the entire comments on the YT. He says, great casting, Carl and Black. Thank you very much, Emmanuel. We appreciate you. Of course. Thank you, man. Yeah, man. They're currently in the lobby right now, and I want to see things done differently by Disorders. They have a lot of potential. They lasted long. That was a 25 minutes match, man. You can tell that they were trying so hard to prevent this from happening. What Ryuji did, 17-3-12. They were trying to prevent that. Jester was in the early game shutting down Ryuji, but then at some point he just couldn't hold down the leash anymore. So it'd be better for them to actually keep carry out of the play and go for a set tank.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We are going to see what happens. But you are right there. I do have to agree with that one. Hilda works. Don't forget, nobody say Hilda doesn't work. I play Hilda a lot. I can tell you, Hilda can be a very problematic roam. Not just in the early game, even in the late game as well. But this particular Hilda and this particular lineup just wasn't going to work. And I don't know what exactly was blocked for. Anyways, it's happened. Now they have to take from what they just happened here, pick up the mistakes there, get the learning curve back on, trying to find a way to now fight against these guys from Zen, put them down, force them out 3, and that's going to come through if only you can get, again, a set roam rather, and hopefully the MM starts to help the team, because when, we saw a lot of times when Mia was helping the team in the early towards mid-game, and she was cooking. I think it was 7-4-2. She was absolutely cooking, but then when she started in the whole backdoor thing, that was when I think things started to fall apart for them, and they had no more hope in team fights, and it was always going to be a Zen team fight win. And now, you shot ban, let's go for the next picks and bans.
Yep, indeed. Yu Jong being taken out. Oh, okay, that was actually valid if you think about it. Even Moon was pretty nasty with the Sicilian, and also DSR responding by taking down Zonic's Jusin. So, an eye for an eye there, Carl.
And now, 4-9. Zechen gets put down. Very, very vital. The last time we saw Sonic Zechen, oh man, it was a menace. 18-27, 35 involvement out of 36. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. Maybe one more involvement, yeah, but like still, it doesn't get any better than that. And Zechen getting put down, very, very important to the cause. Sora Swap being banned. Cecilia was a problem. Don't forget that. He was MVP for DSR. Was a major problem. And putting him down as well, even though they did win that game, Xbox did not get banned. Okay.
Oh, that one is definitely a priority pick for them, and we get to see that. I don't want to call the picks because I don't want to jinx it like cow. So yeah, silence in silence until the pick gets locked down. I don't want to jinx it. Cow.
God got picked by Zonic, by the way. From what I can hear on chat, Zonic appears to be a major God user. So take out Zeti and I still have God, and we're gonna see what happens with that hero as well. But Mino Top being picked up, one of the most problematic supports in the game. He's a little bit tanky. He's got massive heal up and regen. He's got massive CC, can literally CC the whole team in one single sport. So that's gonna be a problem. Faster. Thank you, Jesus Christ. I see a faster pick. I love seeing a faster income.
Yeah, and that's also a first-time Tigreal pick since the entire comp started, man. So Just Cloud broken the record.
Records are meant to be broken, and that's exactly what they're doing here. If you remember this faster though, Kendrick pitching on the Ruby, well, annoying hero for sure, but it's all going to come to depend on team fight. She's a very important team fight hero, but not really, should I say, all that great when it comes to when it goes against Xbox. So yeah, that might be a problem for her in the Xbox EXP lane. But when it comes to the team fight, that's where she starts to do a lot of massive damage and regen, and a lot of massive CC as well. As a mention to the ban, this is one of the heroes I banned in every single ranked MP, in every single ranked game, because this guy, nah.
It's my way.
Yeah, me neither. I wouldn't want to Misita, especially because I play a hero that actually has a lot of mobility. So Misita is a no-no for me. A Sora, yeah, I also take that as Sora a lot. So yeah, even Sicilian as well. Wow, I think I can actually relate to that as well when it comes to the bans. Then now we see Kendrick going for the Ruby instead. Wow, okay, that pretty much works. I love the fact that they've got lots of synergy on the side of disorders. You get the Tigreal first, initiate, you get the Xbox, follow up, and the Feather Strike as a back damage dealer, backline damage dealer from Evil Moon. The synergy on DSR right now is absolute fire. Now they just have to finish things up with a very good follow-up, Maxman.
Well, I said I think so far, who has won the picks? I don't know. It's a little bit hard to tell, but ultimately, though, I would low-key go in favor of DSR. I see the Esmeralda. I see, okay, now, it's going to be Xbox Jungle. He did have Flicker earlier on, but now it's a battery in hand for him, and Esme playing the EXP. So Esme up against Ruby, the battle of the Regens. the battle of the Vgens. Who wins that one, Black?
Definitely the Esmeralda in the early games, that's for sure. In the Frost Moon Shield and the Stardust Dance is no joke. And of course the debuff and the Star Moon Casket, man, the shield she keeps applying. And of course they want to make sure they avoid any shield related heroes here. Don't go for, okay, yeah, the Melissa works well because the CC on the go away can prevent the Esmeralda from coming really close. And I want to see how them, the Tigre is going to maneuver this because, Joska is going to want to get close to the Melissa. Ryuju's got the go away. Yeah, let's just see how this plays. Unproblem Collector Skin. You can tell the man is no seldom player of this hero, man.
No doubt. That's one of his favorite heroes for sure. Melissa, one of the most dangerous marksmen of the game. She can literally tell how the game ends and how the game starts and how everything happens in the game. So she's always a very vital bad in comms, but seeing her allowed to get a pick here, well, let's see what if Zen can actually make that work. They do have Kai Jungle, not really a very popular pick in jungles, but can be problematic, with that full team CCU or the ultimate. So let's see what happens. Yeah, 5v5, sweet about to load things in. And if you're a DSR, good luck, because you're going to need a lot of that luck.
Indeed, they're gonna need a lot of it, really. And DSR just need to win this, honestly. They need to get to a game 3 because if they lose here, this is not looking good for them at all. And I'm gonna drag Coons. So yeah, if you're hearing me anywhere, Zen, if you're watching this, I am going to drag you if your team lose 2-0. Kali's going to as well. So that goes unsaid.
Yeah, that goes unsaid. I'm going to be your DM. I'm going to be in the game. I'm going to be inviting you to my lobbies. I'm going to be typing in ranked lobbies every single freaking day of your life for the next 6 years. You lost 2-0 in comms, and I was casting that game. But yeah, let's get the party started here. Melissa, again, fatigue now. Pick might be, I don't know, not the best because Melissa can actually, outrun him with the ultimate there. Akai can cancel his ult with his own ult as well. Minato on the same exact thing. So, well, if you're a Tig, your timing has to be perfect if you want to make this work. Irithel and Melissa there. Melissa able to, zone out a little bit there, but damage being done by Irithel a little bit more. And Xbox now just claiming that over Crib, God doing a lot of damage. But yeah, farming for the next 2 minutes.
Indeed. Farming. So yeah, if you're Tigreal at this point, you've pretty much been nullified. I think the only person he can comfortably go for is Sonic, because everyone is gonna be ready for him wherever he comes. The Melissa, once he get off, just Cloud. Looks like the man is probably having some. Yeah, I thought he was having some network issues. Yeah, he's good.
I think he's good. He was standing still there for quite some time, so maybe issues or maybe just a little bit too confident. I don't know what that was, but anyways, EXP lane though, Esme and Ruby still having a bit of a ruffle here. Nobody's overcome into anything. The battle of the Vgen still, nobody's waiting that quite yet, and Ruby's going to engage now because she knows she has help. It's 3 players around her, but I think Esme's going to get that beat. If you see Ruby being too cocky, you know she has backup, and that's exactly what's about to happen. But Kai might come from behind the ultimate. I think that's exactly what they want to go and do. Ruby now backs it down, and they are going to go for Toto, as it's going to spawn down in the next 4 seconds.
By the way, production, Zen actually won the first game. Please change that. Thank you very much, production. And yeah, we get to see the total already spawned and resets. Yeah, they reset the total, and Jester's gonna start it again. And then we see things working out so well because they have the numbers advantage here. They're gonna need their mid laner who recalls back to base and comes back again. And it looks like they're just playing around with his total here, man.
Yeah, they are. Nobody's committing totally to it, so it's more of a total dance. This is an actual total dance, We don't get to see actual total dances often, but this is an actual total dance where they're just dancing. Nobody wants to overcommit to whatsoever. But now they're going to go through Esme and Ruby there, a little dance, and it's a 1v4, kind of a 2v4. Other Mage is also available for CC. That's going to be faster, so you don't want to commit to this one now. Akai able to get that pick, and that's still the ultimate comes to the god now with the ultimate. Oh my god, faster! She might be what they need. Xbox goes in. Nobody has fallen. How?
How indeed, and now the first blood already drawn. Carl just jinxed it. Phoenix get the kill, and man, look at the POVs, production. Now the engagement from Ryuju down to the gold lane there to 1v1. Both players contesting against each other, but Ryuju pulls back first from that engagement.
Yeah, Ryuju falls back. Irithel would have gotten that kill, no doubt. A lot more damage in the ultimate there for her. compared to Melissa's damage rather. And now we're going to go again. You can see Unity on a very bad score. There's Gord closing in. Minotaur as well has the info given out. He's making that move towards the goal line. But I think Farson might be able to go and rotate as well and try to get a little help towards Marksman, because that's going to be very vital now to get a course. Tig checks that bush. Vital. But no, Minion's going to have to back that down. Now look at that EXP lane. It's still a little bit of a dodge there. Oh, this Marksman lane might be where all the focus should be on.
Yeah, really, because look at it. Ooh, Sonic, bad spots. The man is just, does he know? Just got no, he doesn't know. Oh my goodness, that would have been an easy set for the man. But now we see the fire missiles there, heavy spin already utilized there onto the backline Jester. But the Paragon was there to save him. And a knock-off, Sonic finishes more with a Mystic. Gosh, Johnny, double kill picked up. And now a backward heavy crossbow committed from Arisu. He's trying to melt down Ashura, but he's not able to get anyone. The Sodas will lose that team fight in the 2-0 trade.
Okay, that was quite fast. And Sonic, keeping up that streak there, yet to die. 2-0. The both kills on their side has been his. So he's yet to die, and he's still doing the last work for his side here. If you're DSR, it would be very important to your course to go and shut that man down and take just pushing the kite away from that crib, making sure he doesn't farm an export. Oh my god, look at God go. He's not joking about with that ultimate today, is he now? Pinocchio found, backs it down. Esme and Ruby. Esme rotated out of that, but Totu spawns in now. Who's going to get Totu this time?
Yeah, the Turtle will spawn soon, and does already have HP actually, and that's just that now, getting shoved Sacred Hammer, but that doesn't do anything. I mean, it's a tank versus attack, and Ashura gets the Turtle there, uncontested, and Zen will get another Arisu bad spot. His spine's had heavy spin, he comes out to play heavy crossbow, does he get anywhere? And the man is already backed up, he's caught in between. Does he choose the 3 players or the 2 players? Make your choice, pick your poison. Mystic Gosh is on the other side with the space up on this one. It's a knockoff, and the Supreme will get killed instead. Strike comes out, man. Is being body blocked by Ryuju, and a tier 1 of the gold lane goes to Zen International.
Yeah, first turret falls, and of course it's going to be Zen claiming that one. And if you're Dishonored as well, this is not a fancy place to be in. You know, you started the last game bad, ended it bad, and now you're starting this game a little bit bad as well, because now you've lost the turret, you've also lost the kill count. The gold count as well has also been lost, and Ruby and Esme just doing the damage to each other here, but Esme, you know, out-sustaining Ruby kind of, but it doesn't really mean anything, because, you know, there's no deaths either for both of them. Actually, Ruby has died once, and I didn't even see that continue, but Akai now goes in for that engagement. Might not be the best call, because it's literally an Esme. She's not going to fall down without a fight, except, of course, God is there to put her down.
Indeed, to put her down, but now, looking at Phoenix. Okay, Phoenix. That's the thing about the Esmeralda now. She keeps debuffing you there with the Stardust dance. But I like the fact that Sabrina Mui doesn't want to just engage there, because Mystic Gosh from Sonic just to melt down the minion waves. Now we see the top lane. Oh, brilliant heavy spin, but the Purify is there to counter from Evil Moon. He came prepared, and now we see a dive in again. It's the Ruby versus the Esmeralda. The contest you were wondering how will come out first, and I'm offended. Pulls him back at production. Let us see that 1v3, make that 2v3. Last Infinity committed there, knock up from the Minotaur, and the last Infinity doesn't take anyone down. Sonic figures out somehow. Phoenix chasing him down, and the storm with the Mystic Projectile will put him back. Sonic is able to survive, and now more engagement there. Riju comes in as well with the good eyes on you. Very nice strike, and Chester Force, Kendrick who get put down from Evil Moon, and now if you crossbow, Arisu is able to get away. That sprint really coming in clutch for him, man.
Yeah, that engagement did come figure out. It was going to be a 1-for-1 trade instead of 4v4. And I think production has to go in to take out the second POV, man. So we're just going to be stuck to those 2 POVs all day long now. Well, right now, the Zen 4-2, the gold counts 18,000 and 20,000. And it's going to be Zen still on the lead here. And that's exactly what it's going to be. They might as well end things 2-0 for today. But, I mean, we are all low-key rooting for that third map. It's not looking like it's going to come through anytime soon, except Disorder starts to get a little bit of life and they start to, you know, get a strategy to actually go to work. Esme has been very, very troublesome, but ultimately she hasn't, you know, it can't be her alone. The team has to help her, and they have to find a way now to make these things work and start that comeback they so badly need.
Indeed, they so badly need that comeback, man, because right now things are in favor of Zen. 1k gold lead here. It's 2 kill lead. You can see, it's funny because we're 8 minutes into the game and we've only seen 6 kills in total. You can tell that these teams are just playing it safe. That's a shot with the Sacred Hammer there, but only that. Ashura is looking for a chance onto Phoenix with that heavy spin. He's got it ready. But then what's gonna matter there? Phoenix, all 5 players in the mid lane, then concentrate their numbers 1 minute until that Lord spawns. Who is going to make the first move? The tier 1 up top is already lost, and the tier 1 down bottom is lost. 1 turret for 1 for both these teams, and we see another little skirmish between the Ruby and the Esmeralda for the pullback.
Yeah, nobody wants to overextend or overcommit or anything. That's the important thing about these team fights. You want to plan for them, not just blindly go into them. That's a very vital part of actual team fights. As me, we're trying to push that EXP alone. Might not have a lot of success there for that one. Again, Tika, like I did say, hasn't really been a very good pick so far because he hasn't really been able to do a lot for their side because ultimately it's too many counters, can't really do a lot. Xbox now is in the ultimate to escape their belly. And well, yeah, this is where things are not looking good for the side of Disorders because they are now being joined out and they are being forced to use skills and should I say getaways that they should not be using except for actual team fights.
Yeah, indeed. Except for actual team fights, and yeah, the production finally get it out. Thank you very much, production. And now we see the load already starting to get contested. Hopefully, no resets because we get to see that these guys actually want to do the load dances, like he said. They want to do these dances properly. Phoenix in the midst of 5. What the heck? The man is able to come out of that though. Now we see it jump in. Now Arisu, heavy crossbow completed, knock up there from Minotaur, but that's gonna be Arisu falling. Sonic will get a double. Chester finds Ashura. Sonic gets a triple. And only 1 member left, Kifu Moon, with the Purify not available. It's 1v3. He's trying to get away, and that's the cause. Oh, no, you can't. No, yeah. That's it. He's a wipeout.
Yeah, wipeout. I don't know. Things are starting to get a little too ugly now for DSR. I just don't know. This is not where we want to be. It's not looking good for them. The last game was, maybe a wake-up call. I thought surely, but now it's the exact same thing at all. This God, come on, bro, come on, have some decency, man. He's gonna get another free kill there, and 604 in 2 maps. The man literally has 0 deaths. This is literally the Immortal Sonic.
Yeah. This is, Immortal Sonic indeed. It's 604. The man doesn't have his singles there. Same does Riju though. Riju hasn't actually died. So production, please stop laughing in my ears. Thank you very much, production. Thank you very much, production. And now, Sonic again! Wow. Some laner Muid steals the kill. And now the loader pull from the bottom lane. We get to see that Ross comes in now with the bottom inhibitor. They're trying their best to melt them down and keep them away. The Mystic Projectile misses. But then, man, Zen International wants to end this game as soon as possible. And Disorders, man, what's the plan? Because 7k gold lead. What is the plan?
The question being asked, what exactly is the plan, I don't think there's a plan. It's just all vibe. They are vibe coded at the moment. And this is where they are vibe gaming, rather. And this is not looking good for them right now because they are being shot down with every cylinder possible. They can't do anything. 2.4. Make that all 3 inhibitors now haven't put down. And yeah, Disorders are really in a massive disorder right now. They have a massive disorder. This is not looking good.
Yeah, not looking good at all, and they're just waiting for the perfect chance. I think Zen doesn't want to take any chances. They have the minion waves cleared, they have enough minions surging into the base, but they don't want to go with that. They want to wait for that load. If they do it in 1 minute, they still got some time, but it looks like Kendrick wants to push for something here. Maybe an offended flicker? He's got those resources available though, and now the wave clears will matter. We get to see the bot lane start to get pushed. And 45 seconds until the slot, they're taking those buffs and making sure they keep Jester. And we thought the Xbox pick was gonna be, really problematic, but it looks like Zen has things under control.
Yeah, I think Mino is AFK there, and there's going to be a lot of spamming calls, and they are going to save him in his tracks. And if you're Xbox, you will be shouting, why me? I was about to get a free kill there, and you guys decided to go and pause the game, really, bro? And then there's going to be a pause coming through, and well, talking about the game, Black, I don't know. I have not been a big fan of what DSR have been doing today. And I as much as I hate to go and say it, they are living true to their name because Disorders right now, they are looking there. They have massive Disorders everywhere.
Indeed. Massive Disorders, man. This is just something. Presumably, presumably we might get to see a comeback. Remember what happened with all the love fates? Everything was going haywire, and then we saw something unbelievable. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed, bro. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. Do you think? Well, you did make a very good point though. The last game we saw the comeback there, and nobody saw it coming. But I mean, that was in dishonest, bro. They haven't shown me anything that looks like they can actually pull off a stunt like that. But again, that's why Mobile Legends is a very interesting game. Any little mistake now coming through from the side of Zen can be very costly. So, well, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens here, Black.
Let's see what happens indeed. And now 1 minute and 20 seconds is going to show us what will happen. Because right now that load is going to spawn soon. And you bet Zen are going to be there first. And if there's anything the Sodas is going to do, if there's any strategy they've got, any plan they've got, whether it be a backdoor, a split push, a turret steal, a wave freeze, whatever it is, bring it out here. Bring it out now. Because if you lose this game, you have lost it. And you'll be thrown down to the lower bracket. And man, the match resumes. And then we get to see what the Sodas are going to do for their fight. Oh, what the heck? An implosion! The two-man implosion caught in the air. The Jester shuts down Mlhub. And now Ryujo, back spots, getting chased down. Heavy crossbow. But Arisu pulls out just in time. And now we see an engagement with our 1-0 trade in favor of the Sodas.
Well, they finally start to get maybe a little bit of life. That was a good thing also there. That was well timed. That was clean. That was properly executed. And I think, throughout the pause, the one thing he was doing was, as soon as these posts end, I go on my horse, make all of an attack, And it was the one thing that he has been very loud sounding in the call out, and did happen though. But they did get one kill, and now we have to go for that load fight. It's going to be very vital. Go check in every bush possible, and well, it's not literally as so nice because it's a full-on fight here. Who's going to be the better Retri, Akai or Expo?
Indeed, Lord already have HP. Let's see who gets the retribution. It's already there. Jester comes in as well. That's Jester! He steals it away. And to answer your question, he was the better one. But then go away. Just Cloud will go. Ashura takes him down, and now the Claire comes in the cleanup as well. And there's Ruju taking down Phoenix. 2 players down for 1. They're pushing it. Zen, they know they've got the power to. But then the minion waves and they will wait for the Lord. The waves are crashing. Sonic is chasing down Arisu. Evil Moon is there. Jester as well. And this just might be it for the end of the game for Zen.
Yeah, but if the Lord spawns, now we're praying, Lord, please spawn. Save the SR. They got you. What are you waiting for, Lord? And now Lord comes in, first ultimate, and they all gonna stop the Lord right in the enemy's base. They're not letting them live that wall encirclement. But I think he's gonna have to leave now because Ether makes that push in. God close by and God ultimate, but that's gonna be absolutely wasted. Not a single damage dealt. And Xbox now as well with the ultimate as well. Also, no damage dealt from the guy there. And the Lord's gonna get melted down in his tracks, and just like that, well, DSR are back where they started.
Indeed, back to square one, and now they're just clearing out the weak. Jesus, look at the clear potential. Now Phoenix, and they're caught in the lockdown, in the heavy spin, and now the Minion Fury comes up to knock up with last insanity. That's the synergy we're talking about. For Sonic is there to fight back, and it's got like Ryuji gets another. It's 1 for 2. Ryuji gets a double. Chester next on the chopping block. The Fire Rocket Alpha is not able to save him. Kendrick puts him down. 4 players down, and Zen International have taken the game home.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody would say they didn't see it coming. We all want to sound nice, but I think we all saw that coming. And DSR they were playing like Jared, Jared Beaumont, Retri EXP. That's how DSR were playing today, man. It just wasn't anything fancy. It wasn't really the best gameplay. But again, give them a thumbs up for actually showing up. I think this was a lot better than the first game, in my opinion. They actually had a couple moments where they looked a little bit brilliant, but ultimately they were just no match for Zen. It was more like a T1 team up against a T2 team. I do know none of these teams are T1, but it did look like a T1 up against a T2 team. So, man, if you're DSR, there's a lot of work. There's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of study to be done if you want to find a way back in, this event. Well, I mean, they are not out. They are only going down to the lower bracket. So who says they can't get a revenge match against Zen and absolutely annihilate Zen? Well, up until then, Zen are now in the winners bracket finals.
Yep, and the dragging starts here. Oh my goodness. Disorders, please prepare for me. Coons, you can hear me. I know you're watching the stream. Please prepare for me because it starts here and it starts now. But of course, it's been a very wonderful set of games we've seen today. Shout out to John Zonic, by the way, Nigeria #1 God, for taking the MVP for the second match. The man did not die again. Jesus. This guy is just untouchable at this point. But then, production, please don't do that. Thank you very much, production. Yeah, so we get to see, these players just absolutely show level of mastery and skill. But then, thank you so much, Carl, for coming on the stream tonight to cast. And of course, shout out to Real Time Productions for handling the stream tonight. Shout out to Jerry in the back line for those insane POVs, those insane, streams, those insane movements. And thank you very much, Carl, once again.
Yeah, glad to be here. Glad to be here. It's my pleasure being here. And looking forward to seeing what the rest of the events are. The winners bracket finals, I want to see what happens tomorrow between Zen and OFF. Yes, so I'm looking forward to seeing what Zen and OFF are going to be doing in the winners bracket finals. I'm also very sure you guys did not want to miss it. I've noticed something I have to call out. As soon as the game ends, everybody leaves the stream. Legends, you guys are built different, I have to go and call that out. And call them. People usually wait for like 10 minutes after the game ends before they leave the stream. But Mobile Legends, as soon as the base is about to get destroyed, everybody leaves the stream. It's insane. You guys are a different breed. But yeah, wonderful game there. Big shout out if you actually came to watch the party here. Coins, I will see you in ranked or classic or even anywhere I thought you're going to be today. I will be in your nightmares, your dreams. I don't care what you're going to be dreaming today, but yeah, I will see you out there. Black, thank you for today, man. Any final words before we say goodbye?
No, not all. Great games we've seen so far. Impressive gameplay, impressive performances, and yeah, good luck to the winners bracket finals. Good luck to them. All right. With that being said, thank you very much, Carl. Thank you very much, production, once again. And yeah, that's it, guys. That's everything we've got for you guys tonight. And until tomorrow, be good and have a nice night.